Okay, welcome to session 11 of Traveler Starstruck. We have some players who are away. Jen's away and Richard's away, so we are going to have to probably have a few NPC actions for Dr. Astria Gadden and Ved Aria. Jerry is only coming in around the last half of the game for First Officer Brogan Riley, and Brian may leave halfway through for Tomo. But that's fine. It averages out to a total of about 5 players overall. Okay, so when we last left the story, um, you had picked up an assortment of cargo, and let me just get the summary up here. Session summaries. Um, yeah, you had picked an assortment of cargo. That's fine. You picked up 2 high passengers, and you had 6 low berths and another very strange uh, steampunk-looking berth, the jury-rigged one that you made, and the passenger for that berth kind of looked skiddishly at it while he was sitting there naked except for his underwear. Looked skiddishly at it, but in the end submitted to it and went in, and you hibernated him. Um, Virgil picked up material information, intelligence information to see if the Nordis Stello landed on Sapphire. There was no ship of that name which landed on Sapphire, but knowing that it left whatever it was, knowing that it left Ribicure on day 63, he looked for records for ships landing around day 70 and up to today. So he has records for 20 free trader class ships, and he's poring over them. The Steppenwolf took off and had successful piloting, astrogation, and jump rolls, and you successfully jumped to Ribicure. Now, you left Sapphire on day 86, so to get to Ribicure will be about day 93.
Payday.
And yeah, you're right. Payday is day 90. Um, so, and because this is a jump, you do have 1 week of study time.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are falling behind, though, are Cicely and Dr. Astria Gaydon, because they spent the week in the previous jump week
Mm-hmm.
making that jury-rigged low berth. So
Yep.
they miss out on a week. So I think it's going to be the second week of study for most of you, but the first week of study for Cicely and Astria.
All right.
So you should note that down in the character sheet
Already done.
that you're up to,
Yep.
week 2 or week 1, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and day 90 is payday, so you all get to add the appropriate payday plus the ship shares at the rate of 1,000 a month. So you should add that to your cash
Cool.
bonus as well.
I have a
Um,
question.
yes,
Does my pay go up now that I actually have passed my first basic stewards course?
that
Mm.
is true. I'm trying to see how I figured out salaries beforehand. Um, you're
You
at
don't have to think.
steward,
You don't have to worry about it now. I'm not too
yeah,
worried about it. So
you're at steward 0. I'm trying to see if that's salary worthy. So,
probably not.
yeah. Did
Employable at
Tomo
level
go up
1.
in pay? I'll have to
Did
think
what?
about
Sorry.
that question. Um, and you did have a previous question for me a while ago. You asked if there was such a thing as a grav surfboard, and I don't know if I answered you, but the answer was that there probably is such a thing, but you'd have to go to a high-tech world to
Yeah, that's all
find,
sounds.
a
That's all
product of
good.
gravitics, like the planet Technica, for example. So I don't remember if I gave you that answer before or not, but there's an
No,
answer
that's all.
for you.
That's all cool.
Okay.
So, Pierre, do I add my ship share to my salary per month plus
Yes,
the?
that should be on your sheet automatically. Let me just go back to that.
Yeah, it's there, but I just need to add it to my cash on hand. So it's 5,000 plus the 500 and something that you gave us.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. It should be very clearly noted on the sheet. If you go to the If you go to the part called
I'm already
inventory.
there. I'm just looking at it right now. Just eating it up.
Yeah. So for Virgil, the base salary is 4,000 a month every 30 days. There's a pension, but that's just something you collect annually.
Yep.
Uh,
Plus my ship share, which I have
sh-
one ship
a single
share.
ship share 1,000. That's right. And you have a one-time high passage, which I don't know if you ever sold or not. You can
No, I still
sell
have
it.
it.
You can sell it secondhand for 9,000 credits.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I've still got it. I haven't sold it.
uh Okay. I don't know if a high passage can actually be it actually applies or can be sold on the Verdulan side or not. That's a good question. If you ever were thinking of selling it, I think you have to be on the frontier side to sell high passages, but I have to think it out anyway. Anyway, so day 90, salaries and ship shares for everybody. Um, Now I'm going to go around and ask what else you want to do in the week of jump. You have a possibility to study a new skill. So under the um, whatever section of the sheet it is, under the prime skill, yeah, under the if you click the prime tab, you do have a section on the top right for study periods. So you should note what study period you have done. If you finish this jump, you have done 2 weeks of study. So the first week was you all got skills when you landed at Flostono. This
Or
is the
try to.
second jump. The first jump was Flostono to Sapphire, except Astria and Sicily used up their
hmm
spare time making the low berth. And for all the others, this would be the second week of study instead of the first. So you're in
Huh.
the second jump.
We're at least day 86, which should be 12 weeks in. I don't.
Day
I don't.
86 is when Day 86 is when you left Sapphire on a jump. The
Yeah,
total
it's
number of jumps are exactly as shown in the arrows, assuming that you had study time only during jump times.
okay. That would account
One,
for the
two,
difference.
three, four.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're eight. You already got a skill increase after 8 weeks, or attempted a skill increase, and then two more jumps. Vacation
All
on
right.
Flostona was vacation. I really would be surprised if anybody would want to
Yeah.
hit the books during an
hmm
island paradise sort of thing. So I don't think that's likely.
I was working on my carousing skill while we were there.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah,
Well, yeah, that would make sense.
yeah. It would, but
Ronnie might have worked on computers, but I didn't say so. So I'll
be
just
sure to note how many
mark that
weeks of
off.
study you have actually devoted and what your next skill increase, that you want or your attempt at a skill increase is. So you got to note that on the sheet for it to be
hmm
official. Now I'm going to see what reasonable actions are for those characters whose players are absent. Astria, Dr. Astria, well, she probably dispensed hangover cures, but that was on Flostona after you got back from the uh, drinking contest, and I think she
hmm
helped guide you home. She was, I retroactively called her the designated sensible person.
Yep.
So she
Yeah,
herded the whole group home.
sounds about right.
The Claymans herded themselves home
Mm.
to wherever their resort was. Uh, and Richard, for Ved
Good.
area, trying to see what Ved would do. I think he did something previously in the previous week. Now, it can be retroactively worked out. First Officer Brogan Riley, not sure what he's going to do.
Looked like Ved
Um,
was studying melee.
oh, yeah, well, he can put that on his sheet, whatever his study
That's what on his sheet is now.
attempt is, and he would have 2 weeks accumulated so far,
hmm
just correlating equal to the number of jumps.
Yep.
Um, and I'm going to go down in no particular order. Justin, what would Captain Wilson Derwatt be doing if he has any special actions in the week? Oh,
So
and retroactively, you can make purchases retroactively, whatever you might purchase on Sapphire if you need to do something.
I think I'm good. I don't have much money anyway. Um, I'm going to be studying steward skill and helping out um, Tomo, keeping these high passengers happy.
Okay, so if I can just check your current skill grid,
They got
if
Steward
you
0 now.
okay, so if you currently have Steward 0, you can make that an object of study with all the all the study materials easily available. So that's fine. Just note it on your sheet. Next, how about Tony? What would Virgil do? That's during this week in jump.
He's going pouring over the intelligence that he gathered to try and determine what the real trying to track down the real ship that's
Okay.
carrying the artifacts. But he's also, when he has time, he will carouse with the passengers.
Okay, yeah. So that you mean the two unnamed passengers in High Passage?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't give them names last time.
Bob and Sue.
What's that?
Bob and Sue. They're
Bob and Sue?
traveling. Yeah, they're a romantic pair. They're off for an affair or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, they would have. I think they would have one stateroom if they were, involved with each other
Well, they want
instead
to
of
make
two
it
staterooms.
look like it's all cool, but we know what's going
Do
on.
they?
I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
Just saying. Just saying.
So they pay 14,000 to stay looking cool, really?
Well, Bob's
I
quite
don't know if that.
rich.
Okay, I don't know if that makes much sense except for the crazy rich. Yeah, it's something the crazy rich might want to do
Yeah,
for appearances.
you wouldn't want your mistress to have the same stateroom listed on the
No way.
Uh-huh.
when the ship comes into port and your wife
Yeah.
checks the roster.
It's bad enough they're on the same far trader. Why would they spend 14,000 for the artificial separation of two staterooms?
That's okay
You
because
know.
we've seen
That,
Bob go into Sue's room and Sue go into Bob's room. We know what's happening.
okay. Okay, if you think so, that's fine.
Well, it could make for an
Uh,
interesting
and
story if something else
and
happens.
Virgil wants to carouse with them, but I think I should give them. Oh yeah, they were picked up on. I thought I was going to give them
Sapphire, I
Verdula
think.
names, but that's wrong. They were picked up on Sapphire, so they are really called Bob and Sue in Anglic names.
Yep.
Um,
Cool.
and Virgil is carousing with them, so you're sort of three people around a table passing a bottle of drinks or bottles of alcohol with whatever the name is, like that old Jenks Spirit or whatever, a little alcoholic drink from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Galactic Gargle
Pangalactic
Blast.
Goggle Buster.
all right, so I'm trying to see what the
Come on,
worth
Tomo.
of that is.
Yeah. Tomo, whip up a couple of Pangalactic Gargle Blasters.
Okay. How
I'm
about
on
just
it.
for
I'm on
fun,
it to
Brian? Sorry, it's Tony.
yeah.
Tony is carousing. Virgil should make a carouse roll just for fun. I'll get to the other characters. Can you click carouse on your sheet, Tony?
Yep. I wasn't seeing because it wasn't highlighted red for some reason. I was going, where the hell is it?
Okay, I'm not
It's
hearing
not
the rolling
bad.
sound. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, good, good. Okay, so a success roll. I'm not really counting. The book says you don't always count effect for everything. Um, okay, well, um, Bob and Sue do appear to be romantically involved, and
Ah,
they sort of make this noticeable to you, but it might be like Steve said, it might be some sort of discrete situation, like some sort of English historical drama.
yep.
Um, but I'm trying to see what useful detail they could give you. Uh,
Also they could be religious, so it could be that
Oh
their
yeah,
religion
yeah.
prevents them from jumping each other.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she might be the Episcopalian Convention of 1876, and he's the Episcopalian Convention of 1912. So they're just slightly
Incompatible.
different, and one says to the
Totally.
other, "Die, heretic."
Yeah. Shit, we have a holy war on board.
Yeah, it's forbidden love. Cool. But I'm trying to see if there's, if you make personal contacts, I'm trying to give you something akin to a, contact or somebody of some use. I think Sue passes you a business card, um, and she was from. Let me see. Oh, I think she got wind of that cargo of jelly eggs that you picked up from Bellerophon, and you introduced it to Flastono. So um, she says that she'd be interested in contacting those Bellerophon people and um, see just how much of produce, because Sapphire is also a water planet, so their activity is fishing as well. Now, I think the population difference is huge. Sapphire is like about 912,000 people, or something like that, and Bellerophon was just on the handout. Ooh, it was just 50,000 or so. Let me just go back to what it said. Planets, planet folder. Yeah, just 52,000 or so. So she's offering some kind of deal where they can offer their fishing plant infrastructure and facilities. And if Bellerophon can't grow enough of these jelly eggs, they might try to cultivate them on Sapphire, but those nasty environmental people might, be very worried about the possibility of an invasive species. And these jelly eggs only seem to form in the polar cap areas. She's very interested in that. She's pumping you for information about, what happens. And the fishing fleet went up to the North Polar Cap to get the jelly eggs, and half a year later they go to the South Polar Cap of that world. She finds that awesome, and the stuff freezes good because that was the biological nature of these eggs. So she's pumping you for information about that just because she's involved in the sapphire fishing industry. Some corporation name. It's not communes anymore on Sapphire. It's corporations. So you can sort of put it down as a kind of business contact. Um, so Sue, business contact for Virgil, something like that, which we can maybe develop in the future. But it's really just that she's interested in the Bellerophon stuff. Um, okay, so that's successful carousing on the part of Virgil. Next, Steve, what would Cicely do during this
Okay.
thing? Oh, and you know what? You might have a problem because how do you collect a little rock on a water world to
I
add to your
didn't. I collected
collection
some
of
water.
world rocks? So you
I,
collected water?
water, the little tube of water there. It's just
Okay.
a sample of each planet, but that's okay.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
possibly you could have gotten a rock from that island over there, but they didn't think of making it as souvenirs
No, no, just
on.
water. Water's
Yeah.
fine. Yep, like I've
Okay.
got
So
sand from
a,
Flostono. I've got water
a
from here and oh, sorry, from
okay.
Sapphire.
So a jar or container of water from Sapphire.
Yep, just a
Okay.
little test, something similar to a sample test tube size.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the three things that I'm doing, one of course is that I'll be spending a lot of time near the maneuver drives just to, because that's my skill that I'm trying to develop. The other one, I'll be in the power plant section just taking care of that, making sure things are all good. There's two other things. Yeah. Other thing is I'm going to be amusing myself watching the romantic goings on between our two high passage people. And the other thing is I'm going to go in every now and then, once a day at least, just for a couple of minutes, just to check on the little the cryo unit that the doctor and I built. Just
The
to
low
check it's all
berth. Yeah,
going. Yeah, just checking
we'll
on it,
call it
just
your
making
jury.
sure from a
Okay.
power plant sort of and sensory sort of thing that it's functioning within its rough parameters.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good idea since it can't quite be taken for granted like the commercially
Mm,
manufactured low berths. Your jury rig one, I was actually going to have Astria make a roll to check. Now, normally in the rules, you don't do an in-flight check for the low burst, but this one is kind of, well, special.
very.
Unique.
So, since Astria's medical skill that applies, let me see what applies here on Astria's sheet. Uh, yeah, might be an electronics role or something to
Okay.
do with remote ops. And she has a natural education bonus as well of 2, big 2. Um, so, Steve, for
Mm.
Cicere's character, you should try probably to roll something like your skill is you have a mechanical skill.
I have electronic skill in blah blah blah. Just looking, sorry. Um, electronics. I think most of comms is my natural skill. Sensors is wafer, remote is wafer, and computer is wafer. And mechanical skill is sorry, just finding it went too far. Mechanic skill, I've got a. It looks like I've got
One
a
from a wafer.
one. No, nothing from a wafer.
Right.
That looks like it's a.
I had you down as mechanic 1 because of the wafer skills.
Okay. Well, it might be, but yeah, I've got one, level one. So
Okay.
which one do you want me to roll? Mechanic, electronic,
Um,
or
try the mechanic one since
okay,
you were more concerned with the construction and elaboration of it, and
okay.
Astria
Now,
was more about the finer systems.
cool. So it's got it on normal roll. So don't want to, oh, unless you want me to roll with a boon or a bane.
Uh, take it as a normal roll. I'm not
Okay.
going to worry unless it's a very low roll.
Yep. 7.
All right, 7. It's all right. It functions.
Yep.
Any any adjustments is really a feature of the learning process, and I think Astria already checked the thing for air tightness to
Mhm.
avoid
Mhm.
leaks and because any bacteria or things that get into the system are probably going to be 60 or 80 times faster than normal and could overwhelm the human system with infections. Um, but whatever, and I'm going to ask somebody to do a roll for Astria once I figure out the appropriate role. In this case, as a kind of mid-journey check.
I'll do it.
Uh, very, let's see. All the fine tuning and systems and feedbacks, I think, would be owing to Astria's um, electronic sensor skills. So roll 2d6 plus 3, counting your sensor skills and bonuses.
10.
All right, very good. So I'm going to say you've done your check of the
Mhm.
low berth to your satisfaction, and Astria checked it too.
Cool. Yep.
Okay, so Astria checks sensors on low berth and gets a 10. That's good. Um, So I'm taking note of your actions. So your skill studied is the M drive skill. You
Yeah.
maintain the power plant, and
Yeah.
you observe the intrigue with Bob and Sue.
Mhm.
Um, moving on to Mantar, what does Ronnie do during jump this week?
Well, he's mostly studying his computers, but he's also building a little clipper ship in a bottle just to put on the wall. Maybe he'll put it out in the uh, mess area of
Okay,
the ship when he's done with it.
okay, because if you take up a hobby like that, you won't be thinking of selling drugs or pushing narcotics or anything like that,
He's
right?
hiding them in the
So
clipper
Yeah.
ship.
I look favorably upon hobbies and things,
Yeah.
especially if you have to buy lots of stuff at a hobby shop that will mean you
He's
won't have
also considering what you might be able to smuggle inside the clipper ship in the bottle, but that's just
yeah, well,
just along the way.
okay, so classic clipper ship in a bottle that you construct from inside from the access of the narrow neck of the
Yeah.
bottle. Cool. Okay. Um, moving on to Brian. What does Tomo do during the jump week?
Uh, um, look after the passengers during his work hours,
Oh,
obviously.
that's right, because you have to be the steward.
Correct. And practice his ukulele in his off hours.
Okay, that doesn't even work into as a skill unless you really wanted to do, because there is
No,
an
it
art
is.
skill.
It's called art instrument.
Oh, I see. So that really is the skill that you want to do
Yep.
as skill practice. Okay. Um, the way it works with specialties, you'd ultimately gain art zero, which is a very broad-based thing. But if music is part of the art thing, what does the book say about specialties for art? I've got it open right here, in fact, on skills. Uh, you'd have to work your way to zero since neither you nor anybody else picked up art. It's not a popular. Captain Durwad actually did get art zero, but the specialties for art are performer, holography, playing an instrument, visual media, or writing. So you probably have to get art zero in a very broad-based way before you can get a specialty in instrument. But if you're working your way to art zero, that's fine. You can put that down as your skill training. And it's a vast field, but apparently that's the way the specialty system works. You end up art zero in everything. Anything else?
No, that'll
Okay,
probably
so
be
it's
enough.
really okay. So you're really studying art zero
Yeah.
during this
Unlike
time,
everyone else, I've got a job to do.
right? Okay, so you do the
Hey, I
job,
gotta
and
keep the power going.
that's right. That's right. I'm going to say the power is okay. I don't need a roll for that, but because
Cool.
you're dealing with human beings, Tomo, I want you to do a steward roll just to see if it goes well or badly, and maybe the effect will have uh, the effect will be considered. Give me a steward roll. Ah, there we are.
8.
Okay, perfect.
8.
Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
You were rolling 8 the other time, I think, as well.
Yeah.
So competent, adequate job. Those are the adjectives that come to mind. Um, the people aren't complaining, and they get a little extra entertainment with Virgil's carousing. So that's great. Great. So Stewart's successful.
Now, if they
Uh,
want to play some bridge or something or whatever.
okay. If is that a steward function to be like a croupier in a gambling thing? I don't know. Yeah, you could set up like a little shipboard casino and really
Yeah.
clean out the passengers
We have
if you
casino
wanted to.
night and things like that. Yes.
Okay, so that's the weekend jump. By day, uh, what day were we up to here? I said 86 is when you took off um from Sapphire, so it would be now day 93. So you've jumped to Ribicure, which is back on the Verdulan side of the line.
Can we get
Um,
just a step run on that, please?
oh yes,
Or is it in the handouts?
I've already made a handout for the Ribicure,
Oh, cool.
and I can post a map since we'll be dealing with it. I'm going to bring up the map, and I always screw up when I try to do this. Okay, one folder
Um,
has my maps,
got
and
it.
the other folder is the game.
And sixth orbit of a single star, B210501. Woohoo!
Okay, so it gives me a huge map,
Mm-hmm.
which will not. Yeah, there we go. So it's like the other time. It's not going to cover up the star map too much. Um, okay, now you arrived within under diameters, which is not such a big distance. It's only a size 2 world. Atmosphere 1. So it's a quarter of the size of Earth. It's actually much smaller than Mars, even. Almost no atmosphere, no hydrographics. Population 617,000. Government 0. So no real government. I think everybody just does their job without any worry about governing. And oops, seems to be some printing on the map that I didn't intend. Let's see.
Something about Santa Claus.
What the hell was that?
It's a flight path.
Somebody wrote a message there that I didn't notice yet. It says, AKA Varger Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Sancta Fido. Okay.
Oh, I see. Somebody made a little joke, right? And I can't erase that nonsense. What the hell? Well, okay, never mind.
Oh, you should be able to erase it. You can just select it with the arrow and delete.
I am
Select
on the arrow.
Yeah,
I
select
can see
move.
that.
I think because of the size of the font, it's can't be picked up anymore.
See anything?
There we go.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
you got
fine.
it? Okay,
It
great.
was right up there,
Somehow.
Brian. Was.
Okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate your little joke. Really, I do. But let me place the map.
Yep. So we
Okay,
got
so nice. So as you know, it has like a sea green color, the color that copper roofs get when they corrode. Sometimes there's slight variations in color. There is an ice cap, even though there's hardly any hydrographic. There is an ice cap. There are ice caps. Um, Chief city is Mincapo. In the handout, I did put in information. So you come out of jump. I assume you do the standard precautions that you evacuate the atmosphere of the whole ship except for the staterooms, and uh, you're at your stations. The gunners would be at their gunner stations, and then you come in. It's pretty much an average type of thing, average population for Frontier World. And you get the radio messages with the traveler advisories, and says things like Ribicure has very low atmospheric pressure. Standard vac suit protocols are in effect. Ribicure is also called the Verde Uvelo, the green jewel of the Verdulan Federation. Just as Mars is full of iron oxides that give a rust color, Ribicure is loaded with copper oxides that have varying shades of green and even blue. Copper is worth more than iron, and it is practically economically viable to just scoop up the sands of Ribicure and ship them as ore. Ore smuggling by miners from across the border in the Frontier Federation is increasing. This is agitating the natives. I don't know what that implies, but I think they want you to be on your best behavior, especially since the law level is only 1, and that means people are allowed all sorts of weapons and things. Tech level is 9, which is sort of low interstellar. They don't really worry about tech as long as they can scoop up the ore and smelt it. Now, I don't have a map prepared for the city of Mincapo itself, but basically you have a ground starport. You can land. Um, you can see you'll have a trade center to trade off your cargo, so you can take care of that. And I'm trying to think of what else is going on here. The main thing about Ribicure, it has. Yeah, it has a commune, and since its main business is copper mining, the commune actually has a name, which is where did I put it? It's the commune is devoted to copper ores, and in the Verdulan language, uh, there we go. So it has a commune name in big capital letters, which works out as Cuprerzo, like this, spelled this way. And just like in Alien, where they call the Weyland-Yutani Corporation the company because it's pretty much the only business around, Cuprezzo is the big commune. There's really only small ancillary communes to provide for other things, but that is the main commune or corporation on this world, and it has two other cities of note, Radaverdo and Plata. Their placement tends to be in spots where the copper ore is at its most pure. So preferably, they want to mine where the copper ore is the strongest. So that's where they go to these three places. But Cuprezzo is the main commune. So you are recognized, and the traffic control here directs you to land at the starport on Mincapo. You get a certain docking bay. Um, Docking fees are the standard amount, 100 credits, which has to come out of the ship funds. And I think if I look at the sheet for the Steppenwolf, you have a number of things that you can roll for trading.
Yeah.
After you get hooked up and you land and you get, and there are some formalities. Um, you're dealing with the apparatoi again, or the local apparatoi who act as customs and so on. And Justin, you are sort of going through customs like that, and they go through your papers, and uh, they seem to say there doesn't seem to be any pre-approved cargo, so I'm not too sure why you're coming to Ribicure.
Oh, we
Are
got
you trying
some.
to?
No, we're just bringing in supplies. Yeah.
Okay, so you're trading these things on speculation, which you got from the Frontier World. It says you came from Sapphire.
Yeah, we got all this stuff from Sapphire. Some of this tonnage is going to Technica, but not a whole lot.
Okay, well, it looks like pretty standard stuff that you can sell. You I guess you'd probably reveal to them your cargo manifest, because all of it is legal stuff. On the bio and info of the Steppenwolf, what did we have? We had 10 tons of spices, which was Ronnie's trade.
Mm-hmm.
40 tons of basic consumables, split between 30 for the ship and 10 for Sissery.
Yep.
Um, the uh, and there's 8 tons of regular freight here as well. So the freight is easy. You did a jump two and a jump two on the freight table.
So
Uh,
that's Sir Lich's 8. No, are we picking up 8 tons here?
well, I think what happened is that your spices and your basic consumables took up 50 tons,
Yeah.
and then you
Okay.
had 8 tons free, so you just filled it, and it was just ordinary freight that was easy to pick up and to ship from, that's going from one planet to another anyway. And if we go back to the trade tables and everything, back wherever the trade is. I'm pretty sure that freight pays 1,600 for a 2 parsec jump, and it does so. So 1,600 per ton times 8. 8 tons equals, help me out, calculator. Okay, so 12,800 credits, or the equivalent amount in euros, which is roughly double the amount in euros. Now, 5% of that is traditionally a crew bonus. and that works only out to $640. Sorry, credits. Divided 8 ways equals 80 credits. So everybody gets an 80 credit bonus. Yeah, it seems a bit low, but they're only 8 tons, so that's why. Now, Justin is usually the one to act as a sales broker, but not necessarily. Let's deal with Ronnie's 10 tons of spices. Does Ronnie want to get involved in the trade?
Sure, I have the skills.
Yeah, let me go back to my trusty skill grid to
I've
see
got
where
broker one on the
everybody's at.
wafer.
Okay, Cicely has 1 in the wafer. Ronnie has 1 plus 1 from a bonus. And Wilson has 1 plus 1. So it wouldn't make any practical difference whether Ronnie represented the trade or Wilson represented it.
Yep.
Does Cicely want to assist, or do they
Sure.
both want to assist?
Happy to assist.
Yeah, I think I can only give just a plus 1 bonus, but if you go 2 or 3, it can help your case. So if all 3 of you go, let's say, just for fun, you can go to the trade center. Now, the architecture is a spacefaring society, but it's a bit low tech, and so you sort of have, greasy walls all over the place, metal decking. These people don't go for aesthetics or beauty, and think about it. They can use some. Think about it, Cicely. They could use some art around here. If you ever get to Art Zero, you can probably, enhance the culture. They seem very, very
Put
low in
something up.
art and philosophy around
And they
here.
want to pick up all that conduit off the ground. Easy to trip
Yeah,
on.
dingy lighting, conduits, tubings. They don't seem
Yeah.
to be very much in sprucing up the place.
This place definitely looks like somewhere where Tomo better put
Grab
his
some green
security hat
sand.
on.
Yeah. And now you even see a couple of aliens around here. There seems to be um, it seems to be a strong alien presence for some reason. Like there's about 5 or 6% aliens from the various worlds. Some types you may not have seen before. It's pretty curious why they're all here. But there is a trade center clearly marked. You can go there and um, you can go to some counter or desk and you explain what you have to sell, and then some trade factor,
Okay.
which is a trade employee to try to broker a trade with you, comes out. And I got a picture here. Once again, I'm going to try to whip out a.
Yeah. Weapon wise, I'm taking my stunner and my dagger with me.
Yeah, who is going first of all? And yeah, backtrack. Maybe I should backtrack here. Who is going out, and what weapons and armor are you taking?
Yep. Well, as I
I'm
said,
going
I'm
to.
that and my cloth armor and reflect.
Tomo's going to go as protection for our trade factors, and he will
Yeah,
wear his.
Ronnie's
He'll
gonna.
wear his.
Oh, yeah,
He'll wear his armor and take his. He'll probably take his stun baton as well and his knuckle duster. Well, because he
So
always has
it's
his knuckle
yeah. Well,
dusters
I would
on.
pronounce it stun baton and knuckle duster.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
and
These are
Ronnie's
these
gonna be
are
wearing cloth and reflect and carrying his laser pistol.
okay. Now, cloth, reflect, laser pistol. So Tomo, Ronnie, who else?
I'll be
Cicely.
there,
Oh
obviously,
yeah,
buying and selling
Justin. So the
stuff.
3 traders.
Yeah, I'll have
Yep.
my cutlass, and it's law level 1, so they wouldn't care about a Gauss pistol.
Okay, very good. So you can pretty much go flat out, except for the most sophisticated military weapons. That's fine. Everybody is armed, and so you have that big sort of feeling in these dingy corridors of armed politeness. And when you get to a trade factor, the apparatoi are there, and somebody at an apparatoi counter says, and they ask what you have to trade, and you tell them. And if we talk about the 10 tons of spices first, they direct you to some guy in an office. Well, he has a table, but he tends to do all his work standing up. And I got a photo image somewhere. I'm trying to find the image. He's sort of a greasy type.
No, wouldn't have expected.
Yeah, rough
Really?
planets tend to have rough people, but I'm trying to find that image, and I know what's wrong. I'm just what I should do is view them by extra large icons instead of large, so I can see what I can see. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Here he is. It's some guy. He's smoking something. Sort of looks really rough.
Ah, right, Mr. Some Guy.
Yeah. Give him a name. Well, he can talk. He does introduce himself, and I'm gonna give him a name.
Guy. I like the name Guy.
Yeah, he gives his name as Hussein Taro, and I'm just spelling it more or
Okay.
less phonetically in the chat, like this. Seeing you in Verdulin. He's smoking something. He's like you see here. Um, Not sure why he has the respirator, because it's you need a full spacesuit on this world. But anyway, holds up papers or a tablet and says, "All right, well, you have spices to trade. How many tons?"
10 tons.
10 tons. All right. And then he goes into the negotiation where he's offering you a price and you're doing a counter offer. So that's the typical trading role. Let me go to the trade table. Now your skill, if you were with these two other people, they're going to help you, and they should make a trade roll as well, just a straight roll on broker.
Broker. Okay.
So Justin and Steve can make broker rolls to see if that's of any help.
There's mine. Mine's an 8.
Okay. And Justin.
Damn. Mine's a 10.
Okay, okay. I'm tempted to even give a +2 to the situation, since you're both there and you sort of need the.
Whoa, whoa! These are excellent spices, man. You want to look at these?
Okay.
It's
Yeah, the fact
it's
that
paprika. It's all that stuff.
Yeah. And I'll
yeah,
talk in my
the,
thickest accent to make it really fancy and strange.
the fact that there are three of you is helpful because it helps to moderate or overcome his brusque and forceful nature. So I'm going to give a big +2 to the situation here, but I'm just going back to the trade. Determine goods available. Now to sell goods. I'm going to say that his broker skill is 2, so it's your broker skill is 2, his broker skill is 2, but we're doing +2 because the others helped you. And there's the DM from the purchase and sale columns of the table, and I'm trying to look up spices. There we are, spices number 51 or 51. This is not a high population or rich or poor world. Did I put the trade? I don't think I put what the trade
No. Yeah.
factors were on
NI.
Rubik's.
Non-industrial.
It's just non-industrial.
Non-industrial. Okay, and that's pretty much the only thing. Okay, so nothing really applies. Doesn't count as a desert world because it's an airless world, or almost airless. So I think the roll is 3d6 plus 2, straight up like that. So just so sorry, Mantar, you can roll
Mhm.
3d6 plus 2.
Oh, so I type it right?
Yo.
9.
3d6
Could have been
plus 2.
better.
Okay. Big Nine. Well, he counteracted your skill, but the other two helped, and so 9 gives us as a sale price. It only comes up to 85% of the sale price. So who
Ooh,
knows? Maybe there's a glut. Maybe other ships have passed here. So it's a bit of a burn. What did you buy it for? I think my notes showed that.
42,000, I believe.
Yeah, but what was the percentage of base price when you purchased it? What was the purchase base price?
Doesn't
I think
say.
I
Let me
have it
check.
here. Session 9, session
Looking
10,
right
night.
now. Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, base price would have been 60,000.
Okay, well, originally you bought it at 70% of base price and you sold it 85% of base price. So that's not a killing, but it is a mild profit. Um, and the base price again is 6,000. So 85% times
Yeah,
6,000 times 10 tons equals uh,
it'd be like 51,000, I think, which is
okay.
not a great price.
Yeah, 51,000 credits, but you did make some profit on that since your purchase price,
Yeah,
if we go back, had been
the 70, yeah,
43,000.
70%, 42,000.
42, sorry,
Uh,
42,000. Oh, I
I
better
think I
watch out.
might just hang on to the spices and try and sell them somewhere else
Really?
at another
Okay.
time. Yeah, because it's not a great. It's and once I give the ship 10% of the profits, I'm making almost nothing. So
Okay. Well, where are you going next? Are you heading back to Sapphire where you got the spices, which are probably somehow spicy ocean kelp or whatever? Or
I
are you
thought we
going
were
to
going.
We're gonna
Pranglaro?
eventually go to Plastono,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
which is
thinking we were going
rich.
there.
I thought we were
Okay,
going
because
to I thought we were going to Technica.
Yep.
well,
Technically.
Yeah,
you
but we
gotta
gotta pick
you
up
gotta
the
take
goods in
cargo
Ribacur
here.
Yeah,
and
we
give
go
it to
back to
Sir Lich.
Flostona and pick up our crap. That's right.
Yeah, let
Yep.
me put this to the side here. Oops, I think I moved the whole map by mistake. Yeah, well, if you look over here, you're at Ribicure now, and if you go back to Sapphire, you're basically trying to sell the spices where you bought them. If you go to Pranglaro next on your way back to Flostono, the spices on Pranglaro, if I don't think I made a map for Pranglaro either, or stats for it. I
Yeah, you
think I
did.
wrote the stats somewhere. And let's see. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I do have a Pranglaro map.
Non-industrial, non-agricultural.
Aha, okay. Maybe the fact that it's non-agricultural, does that help spices? No, not even. Uh, high population, low population. Yeah, so it may not be a killing it. I don't see that the situation might be any different on Pranglaro if you sell there. But because
Yeah.
the factors work out to be similar. So
What's Jumaco's trade codes?
uh, let me see. Jumaco, you want to go there for only 10 tons of
I
sale?
don't know. It'd be up
No,
to
no.
the captain, but I might suggest it if it seems like it might be profitable.
Okay, well, that's a good question. Let me call up Jumaco stats. Searching. Oh, I think there's a handout somewhere for subsector E that would tell you, but I can
I think it's
also
just
tell you
low
that,
population.
yeah, and low population causes problems in trade, I suppose. So
Yeah, maybe
here
not
are the
worth it.
stats. Oops,
World
where's my game?
population is desperate for some things.
Let's see if this pastes. Yeah, these are the stats for Jumako.
Yeah, not great, I
Starport A,
guess.
size 3, atmosphere 5, hydrographic 4, population only in the thousands. Counts as
Nice
low
starport,
population.
I guess, but
Yeah. So what's the deal? Do you want to take the trade or blow the trade?
I think I'll pass. I bet I can get better than 85% somewhere.
Okay, so you pass then. All right. So Ronnie passes on this trade. And so that means that the 10 tons of spices is still in the hold. And that takes me to the other thing in the and that stays on the Steppenwolf sheet, but the freight can go.
All right, I deleted the freight. Let's
Okay.
refresh it.
And then we have the 40 tons of basic consumables. Basic is basic. You can move them around anywhere.
Mhm.
Well, okay, it's called common consumables in the book. Item number 15. Base price 500 credits per ton. Is that the basic consumables we had? Let's see, yeah, that's
Yep.
it. And you had bought a total of 40 tons of that.
Mhm.
Uh, Now, when you sell something here, none of the trade factors apply here. So with the same crusty character in front of you, Hussein Taro, you can do a deal for the 40 tons of consumables. Was that base price of 500 correct? Let me just go back to my notes here. 10th session.
I'm looking at the Mongoose one, and it says 2,000. But yeah, I don't know.
10 tons of basic consumables. I didn't note down the numbers that you paid, but am I on the right column here? Because it says common consumables number 15.
I think
Uh,
15 was the right number.
yeah, advanced cybernetics, well, luxury, not luxury
No, no, it's
consumables.
just
No.
basic.
Okay,
Mm.
so common consumables was just 500 per ton, but very
Yep.
easy to move from one place to another and sell. Um, it's if you're trying to sell it at an agricultural or water world or garden world or asteroid, it's tough. But this world is not any of those, and it's the price goes up if you're trying to sell to a high population world or ice capped or fluid oceans or asteroid world, but it's not one of those either. So oddly enough, though this is an airless world, uh, um, their purchase dice modifier or sale dice modifier. So once again, somebody can roll 3d6 plus 2. It doesn't have to be
Oh,
Ronnie. This is everybody's deal.
can I roll to assist?
Yeah, so you can assist and Sisri can assist on this. So roll
Cool.
just your regular broker rolls.
That's a success.
And
Not quite.
Steve rolls,
Not quite. 7.
not quite, but it's good enough for a +1. So the since there's no particular trade factors because of the type of planet,
Come on,
Justin, you can
Captain.
roll 3d6 plus 1.
All right, let's roll. Also a 9.
Oh.
Okay, that gives selling price again 85%. So for the 40
And
tons
we'll roll.
of basic consumables, rolls 85% sale price. So the margins of profit are slim here, or well, you don't necessarily have to sell, but the offer that this guy Taro does is, yeah, well, you bought it at 85, I think.
Mhm.
Basic consumables 85%. Now your sale price turns out to be 85% as well. It's even. So 85% times 40 tons
We've
times
got it at
500.
2,000. I don't know what percentage, but yeah,
Yeah.
the
Did
base
anybody note
price
down what the base price was
the
originally?
base
Because I
price
can only
was
see 500
2,000.
here.
Yeah, because I bought
Oh,
I bought 10 tons, which would be 20. Oh, yeah, that's how much I
You got
had.
to scroll all the way up, but there is a little because there was a whole bunch of things available.
Yeah,
you can scroll way up and you can. Oh yeah, it's in there. But why did we say 2,000 if the book here says 500? Maybe I was looking at the wrong book.
Maybe you were looking at
there might be two
the
different
regular
types.
Mongoose book.
Yeah, I'm confused here. I think I want to make sure we were talking about selling the right product. In the there was a roll for Ronnie when he was buying spices, and a roll for basic consumables. But no amounts or numbers were mentioned. Somebody would have taken off the money from their sheet.
I did.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure I spent 20,000, which would line up with the 2,000 per ton because
yeah.
I bought 10 ton.
Okay. Trying to see what product corresponds to a base price of 2,000 per ton. Uh,
But it could have been
Yeah, there
modified by
isn't
a
one.
bad roll.
We totally used the Mongoose.
yeah, Mongoose 2 common consumables goes down to 500, and I hope that's in both printings. Even the
It's not.
500 is pretty low looking.
How many tons are we talking about?
40 all up.
40
Yeah,
tons.
Sicily took 10 tons, and there
Yep.
was 30 tons bought by the ship funds. Let me check the.
That would be a base price of 20,000 for 40 tons at 500 credits. Maybe we left a zero out.
I'm sorry. What did you say? Can you say
I
that
said
again?
if it's 500 tons base price and there were 40 tons, then the total base price for the lot would be 20,000. So maybe there was a zero left out.
Yeah, but that means that Sicily only paid 5,000 for his 10 tons, or actually he paid at 85% base price, so it wouldn't have come out to an even number like 20,000. Uh, there's just
Yeah, that would
one
have
thing
made
I
it
want to check out
17,000.
here.
I think I rolled an 11, whatever that means.
Yeah, that
Oh
11
no,
would be
basic
85%.
consumables. I rolled a 12. So we
Okay, let me.
purchased
That would
it
be
at
80.
80%.
80% that would be 16,000 base price.
Let's see
Okay,
if I
yeah.
can
By
just
the way, for
copy
our
all
home
that.
audience, that's why we're not as smooth. We're not a smooth gaming podcast like Critical Role, because all the fumbling and all the fussing and arguing about the correct course of action, that's all edited out of Critical Role. So we are unpolished, we are raw.
We
We're
don't
trying
have a
to look up
script. They
something
do.
here. No script. They looked up everything in advance. We
Yeah.
haven't. And the trade. Uh, yeah, trade table. Even in the first edition, common consumables is still just 500. Now my notes show that you got 40 tons all right, and you copped a price of 85%. So 85% of 500 is 425 per ton. So do you remember calculating this way? Somebody somewhere must have assumed it was 2,000 per ton. But
I'm not sure
try
how.
to smooth things over, if you bought something at 2,000 per ton, whatever it was, even if it was
Mm-hmm.
left-handed doohickeys, uh,
Inventory. Let's have a look.
You would be getting what,
you'd be getting pretty much
5% profit?
you'd be getting pretty much your money back at
Yeah,
85%
nah.
because you bought it 85%. Now you're selling it 85%
I
somehow.
think he bought at 80%. He said he rolled a 12.
Well,
Yeah.
should we just skip it and try dropping it off somewhere else?
Yeah, but the confusion is very fundamental here because it's the base price of whatever you bought. All my notes say is that you're looking into medical supplies first, but you didn't go for that deal. Then Sissery bought a lot of 10 tons of basic consumables,
And
That
Captain
makes
bought the
sense.
other
That's
30.
why I rolled
85%,
that
and
11.
there was 30 tons to the ship. Yeah, and
Yeah.
okay, but what did you pay for it? You apparently set up. You apparently wrote down a 2,000 base price, and how many ship funds were spent as well?
Whatever 30 tons were.
Mhm.
So let's have a
Okay,
look.
well,
What have I got listed
if I
here?
assume that these are goods of some sort, common goods which are 2,000 credits per ton, I can credit you with the sale of these things, and the calculator would show that the total amount of cash that comes back to you, or the offer from this guy, is 85%
Too low.
times 2,000 times 40, which is 68,000, and that means that uh, Cicere's share is 17,000, and the ship's share is 51,000. But Cicero, Steve, you said that Cicero spent 20,000 for
Well,
his 10 ton.
somewhere in that area, because I had um, might have just about had 20,000 or something, because I'd gone through
Mhm.
2 pay cycles, had some money from the start, and it was close to 20,000.
Yeah, well,
And I when I look on my info sheet, my bio info, I've got 230 credits, and
mhm.
on my character sheet under equipment, where is it? Prime. No, where the hell is it? Inventory. I now have 6,545. So not sure why the one's 545 and one's 230.
Yeah, there's a bit of a mess up in there somewhere, and
We totally used 2,000. I'm fine taking the money. We only get 5% profit, but whatever,
yeah,
that's clear space. We
product
can
X,
sell
whatever it
these
is, if it has a
much
base
better
Yeah.
price of
somewhere else.
2,000, then you
Well, yeah. Okay. All right then.
You can keep your 10 tons if
Well,
you
no,
want
because then you
to.
got to split it up and all that crap happens. No, that's okay. Get money back and try to do better next time. So what have I got back?
You got 17. Ship's got 51.
Okay. 17. Well, that gives me I made something on it. I'm at 23.
One.
yeah, because at a sale price of 85%, that's only 17,000
Yep.
credits for Sicily and 51,000 for the ship,
23, 5,
because
5,
you
5,
just
5.
rolled a total of 9. Justin, do you want to re-roll that 3d6 plus 1? Roll it again.
I'll take a reroll. It can
Yeah,
only get worse.
Ha!
3d6 plus 1.
I don't see it.
Yeehaw!
Yeah,
The
it's
gods have
That's
put us
definitely a
Wow.
on.
9.
that's telling
Okay,
us.
so
All
the
below
gods
average.
the gods are pinning you down to one. Um, the gods are pinning you down to like one possible price, and you
Or
yell
take
out,
9.
"Yeah, take 9."
Wow.
Yeah,
Dice
it's
gods are
getting worse and
mad.
worse. Yeah, worse and worse and worse. Okay, so 85% sale price, and so um, Captain Derwatt goes, "What?" And then you see a pan back of the whole trade trade area, and
There
then
we
pan
go.
back even further until you see the football field size hangar where this shout has gone through. But this guy, this trade factor, this guy called Hussein Taro, he's immobile, and he says that's what current conditions seem to say. That's the price. Do you want to take it?
I'll take it.
We'll take
All
it.
right, sold. So he gives you an equivalent number of euros, and that's uh, disappointing, but that's what it seems to give. 17,000 for Sicily, 51,000 for the ship. You can note that down.
Yep. And all my prices equal the same now.
And 9 was rolled twice
And
by giving a chance to the players. Okay, so try to worm our way out of the situation. So it's some kind of consumable worth 2,000 per ton because that's what you somehow paid for it. But the basic food prices are only 5,000 credits a ton, which is
Extra good consumables.
This is
yeah,
extra good food, man.
yeah. Okay, so
limited edition.
um, you've done that. There are still the spices aboard the ship. Um, and that next you were told that you could contact, well, unless you have any other interests in purchasing stuff here for
Should
what's
we?
available.
I want to get paid for the high passengers, and I want to
Oh,
make
yes. Yeah.
Astria do the roll for the low berth.
Yeah, I'm missing those passengers, and I'm also think I'm missing one detail, which is what RUR was doing in the week of jump. But I'm going to say that RUR just keeps on observing in his eerie robotic way, and he asks tons of questions, but you limited him down to a certain number of hours per day of asking questions. Otherwise, it would interfere with all your duties. So RUR is still around with you as a crew member. Um, and let me see. I'm wondering what copper dust would do to RUR's insides, because
That'd
copper
be
is
cool fun to
conductive. That
find
would
out.
create some cute issues, maybe, on this planet of all planets. Um, yeah, RUR might start to cough and sneeze and start to go haywire, and you won't know why. That would be funny. Uh, because the copper here basically is blown around in the low pressure winds, but ends up being like fine sand or even finer, and it might mess up the electronics. You can ask the locals if they've ever had trouble with electronics. Okay, so let's talk about the passengers. Now, you had two high passage people, the Bob and Sue,
Mm-hmm.
and they've gone through customs, and they say their farewell. So Bob and Sue have paid the 14,000 each for a high passage across 2 parsecs. So 14,000 each times 2 for high passages, and that was all
Something's
going back to the ship funds.
something's happened. Hang on, I've got to stop the recording. Give me a second. Stop it. Cool. Started recording again.
Okay, so there were two high passage passengers. They paid 14,000 each. So Justin, you can note to add 28,000 to the ship funds. And
Mm-hmm.
then there were seven low passengers, and they pay 1,400 for a 2 parsec jump, I think. Let me go back to the trade chapter of the book. No, sorry. Low passage for 2 parsecs is 1,300 each. That's what they
Wow.
contracted for. But first of all, well, you get the money whether they live or die. I'm going to do some death rolls in a moment.
Yep.
But Astria is level 3 medic, so that's shouldn't be too much trouble. Okay, so 7 times 1,300 is 9,100 credits. You can add that to the ship funds, 9,100. And now Astria is, Jen is not here today, but Astria is medic 3. And the way to do low passage is, well, that's in the spacecraft operations chapter. Let me look it up very carefully. Yeah, spacecraft operations.
There's your 10% captain.
Okay, for low passengers, it's a routine 6+ medic check. Takes 1D times 10 minutes, and intelligence is the dice modifier. When you open the capsule and revive the person, and you apply the passenger's endurance dice modifier to the check. To simplify it, I'm going to say these people might have at most +1 or -1 endurance dice modifier. But first of all, roll a single dice for the number of 10-minute blocks that a person is going to need. And there's actually 6 of them to do. Some may take longer than others, apparently. Just roll a 1d6 for the first passenger.
Who's rolling?
Well, who's going to roll for Astria's medical type rolls?
Yeah, okay.
Here's
So,
the whole. Here's
yeah,
the whole
1d6.
rules about.
Yep, here
Here's
we
the whole
go.
rules about low passage. By the way, I'll just try to
Yeah,
cut and paste it.
okay. 5 for the first one.
The
5 10-minute break blocks.
okay, and here it is, more or less. Here's the whole rules. So, okay, now roll 2d6 plus 3, and you need 6 or more.
Okay, I
That
think
can
she's.
hardly fail.
Oh no, double ones. Might decide to do something on that. And space. There we go.
Oh, okay. Did I forget something here? Let me see.
No,
Quick
double
check.
ones.
Oh,
Dad.
intelligence bonus as well.
Oh,
So
what's
is
her
the medic
intelligence bonus?
for Astria? She definitely has medic 3, and her education bonus is not it. Her intelligence bonus is 1. So I think it just saves it because
Just
of the
scratches
intelligence
through. He
bonus.
might have started to, his heart
Okay,
might have
so
started to do something.
patient 1 successful. Patient 2
Just
roll 1d times 10 minutes. Patient 2.
60 minutes, a whole hour.
Okay, that's pretty tough per individual, but
He had
Yep.
they
freezer
revive.
burn.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and now two. It should be 2d6 plus 4 if I count the intelligence bonus. So
7.
let's get it correct. Okay, that does it. So number 2 is correct, and these passengers can pick up their meager
Mm-hmm.
baggage and take their leave. Number 3, roll 1d for 10 minutes.
Half an hour.
Half an hour. Okay. What was the first one, by the way? 50 minutes?
50.
50, then 60, then 30. Okay, and
Yep.
what is number three's 2d6 plus 4 roll for?
11.
Okay,
He or she came out
okay.
shiningly.
Shining, shiny.
Yep.
Okay.
Number
And number
4,
4, 1d
40
times 10
minutes.
minutes. 2d6 plus 4.
And a 13. Totally successful. Yeah, sorry. Backspace that. Okay.
Perfect.
Number
Number
5.
5, and 1d times 10 minutes
20 minutes.
is
2d6
20.
plus 3. Yep.
All right, a quick slapdash job, and 2d6 plus 4.
Oh, the simplest of the bunch. I think there's 2 more. Is
I
that
think
correct?
I think 2d6 plus 4 is going to fail because your minimum is 2 plus 4 makes 6. So you're not going to fail in any of these
Yep.
unless you maybe roll a natural 2. Something might happen. Okay, well, roll for patient 6, 1d times 10 minutes again. Again, I'm just watching out to see if there's anything bad at all that happens.
All right. There you go.
This is why we're not a polished show like Critical Role,
Eh,
folks.
all good.
Okay,
And
wonderful.
last one is it?
And the last one, the last one, the
So
seventh passenger
this is
in
the
the
guy in the jury rig job.
rickety jury rigged, but
Okay, in the
I think
Frankenstein.
physically
Yep.
the jury rigged Frankenstein low berth, but
Yeah.
physically, I mean, practically it seems to be working the same as the others. So 60 minutes, and the roll is
The
okay.
best.
Great,
So
the
it
best roll.
does the best preserving. Look at that, guys.
All right.
Well, I'll
Now,
just tell. Sorry, I just got to
He
Captain
survived?
Duart. Yeah,
What?
the easiest. He got the highest roll.
that's
See,
right.
have
Good
trust,
job, guys.
have faith in
Yeah,
my technology.
that's right. He
Yeah,
came out of
pretty good there.
he came out of the steampunk low berth though, so he was dressed in like a monocle and
Yeah,
some little, thick-end lenses on top of the monocle and things like that, and an umbrella and a bowler hat and so on. But he does collect his belongings and can take his leave. Tomo is still the steward, so he's helping out in the practical things about luggage, and they're on Ribicure now. So if these are workers in the copper smelting mines, copper smelting facilities, or whatever, if that's fine, they shuffle off and go to wherever they're going. So that's great. And so all of this work, it seems to be many hours for a total of 9,100 credits.
ooh,
But that's what the doctor is for. Astria is finally earning her salary in this one burst of activity. So that's how it is. So that's done. Am I forgetting anything?
I think so.
Trusting myself any further? Okay. So you have the trade business done, except that the spices were unsold. You want to see if you can sell them somewhere else. Um, there is that matter about contacting the Sevrette contact. If you recall, in the
Yeah,
well, in the
I have the com number. Let's try to talk to this Surratt.
that's right, and the name of the Sevrette was Nasserni Polichalnaran, which I can say. But if you want to make a nickname for him,
Cerny.
did you
Oh,
decide?
why not call him Cerny?
We already
Yeah, I
got it,
think
sir.
Oh, okay. Chan for short then.
Cerny
Chan or
Polichalnaran is Chan for
Chan.
short.
Chan. It's easy to say, isn't it?
Okay. Cerny Polichalnaran, we'll call him Chan. I don't know how the Sevrettes will feel about your need to shorten the name. They'll probably
Why
say, "Why
don't
are
we
you
just
shortening
go
my name? What's wrong with my name? Why is
nurse?
it? Why do you make it so short? What's wrong with it?
Why what? Sorry, Captain?
Why
Why are
don't
you
we just
shortening my
make
name?
it
What's wrong with that?"
Eh,
n-
Sorry. I spoke
nurse?
over you. Go ahead, Justin.
Attorney? Because
Cerny Polny Challoran. So hard. So hard about this name. What's wrong with this name, huh? Why are you shortening my name like that? Why do you need to shorten
Nessa.
my name? It's a name.
Nessa.
anyways,
Cerny Polny Challoran. It means Polny of Chalner.
Sir
Okay,
Lich
Pony of Chelna.
Livery was talking to us, and we're here to pick up some cargo and bring it back to Flastono for him.
Okay, very good. Yes, very good. You are the ship. You are the crew. Very good. Uh,
I'm through.
yes. Now, what we want to do is we will tell you where you can pick up the materials. The materials
Ah,
are in
Uh-huh.
a particular storage area at the Pincapo Starport. But we need to meet to tell you the details. And what you need to do is there are many mining facilities in Mincapo, and there are smelting facilities as well. You have to go to the smelting complex C, and you have to reach room number B1202. So smelting complex C,
yep.
Okay, let's write
B1202.
this down.
I've written it down.
and he gives you a particular time, which is about 9 hours from now.
Wait, what was the room?
Room
B1202.
B1202. Yeah. So, oh, sorry. And what is the short form you agreed on to refer to him?
B
Sir?
0212
I'll write it down.
B B1202.
1202.
02. Yep. So Complex C, room B1202.
It's room B1202,
Yeah.
9 hours from now. So like that. I'm typing it in the chat, in the Roll20 chat.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so Nasserni Polni Chalnaran gives you these instructions to meet at that time. And he'll give you the way to collect the cargo and put it on your ship and take it. The deal is to do two jump twos and get it to Flostono. And if is that what you decided? Nasser as the short form?
Sure,
Is
it's
that what
all just gobbledygook after that anyway.
Bliguk? Bliguk. Okay, whoops. Let's
Nasser
see. We got.
Napulatran.
Nasser Nepal and Chalnaran.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think I'll train you with. If I have dog biscuits, I'll eventually train you guys to say it properly. I have enough dog biscuits,
Bob.
but that's fine. Um, okay. So you have 9 hours. Was there any item of business I was missing, or is there any shopping that you people want to do?
I want to see what's available for speculative trade.
Okay. At the moment, if you emptied the 40 tons of the special consumables,
Yep.
special high class 2,000 a ton consumables, or whatever it was, uh, no real profit margin, which is disappointing. But you have cleared your cargo holds in the Steppenwolf. So now at present, it
Got
stands
40
at,
ton,
48
48 ton.
okay,
tons available, I think.
48 tons free. So,
6.5 low berths and 2
okay.
stateroom.
What do you mean 6.5 low berths?
I'm not counting that as a full low berth.
It got the best roll. It has the best survivability of anyone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Man,
it's testing out pretty good. Can't fault
man.
it really for any reason.
Yeah, there's a couple
Uh,
of shortcuts here and there, but it works.
that's right. Yeah,
Do they have to wake up with all their fingers attached?
the graphics interface looks like an 80s video game, but it
Perfect.
works.
It even has a game on it.
Why do you install a
Asteroids.
game on it? You don't want to accidentally think you're in a game and you kill the guy.
We won't kill a guy. It'll be a popsicle. How can
I
we kill a
think
popsicle?
think Astria has shown exceptional skill, and there's probably be a very unlikely to have any fault, any low berth accident with her on the watch.
Exactly.
Uh, so it's very good. Um, and so there's, as I said, there's 48 tons of free cargo space, and I was going to try to generate the way we usually do. I was going to try to use that facility to suggest cargo that's available. So let me just do that thing again. Travel utilities, trade opportunities.
I think that site is what spat out 2000.
Oh, I see. Okay, so maybe it made a mistake. Maybe that's where we got the wrong impression.
Could be.
I could mention it to the website owner.
hmm
Okay, but Planet One, we are on Ribicure, and so that
Which is
has a
planet
certain set of
6.
stats.
Yep, planet
Okay, well
6.
we'll just check the price on the book from the book next time.
hmm
It's in the sixth orbit, but its universal world profile is B21050119.
Yes,
Where are you
Roger.
going to next? Are you taking the route to go back through? If you go back through, if you go back through Sapphire, that's stupid because it wouldn't really be worth your while selling the spices where you bought them. If you
Yeah.
go through Prenglaro first, that's a bit of a difference, possibly.
Well,
Um,
Prince is pretty much dump too.
it's a kind of arid
It's a
lunar world,
world,
so
What about
bigger world,
Jamako?
but it's also
foodstuffs
atmosphere
and
Yeah,
1,
spices might be good.
water 0.
Jumaco's kind of low population. It has a nice starport, but not much else going on for it.
Right. Well, there
Might
might
be
be
tough
people
to
there that
trade
want
in.
to buy it and move it on forward, whatever we take. Let's see what we can get.
And remember when I said that Araneo and Jumaco are strongholds of the Furlabor commune? Remember that? They might be
Yeah, well,
resentful.
they don't like us.
Perfect. Let's go
Yeah.
there. Let's create an issue.
Actually, it wasn't the intruders. The intruders on Fredeo. They were not actually from Furlabor, although they could. It was the likely opponent of the robots. Furlabor wanted the robots back for the longest time. They wanted to reassert ownership of their property, but
It was like
robots were
Ruffles.
sentient.
Well,
Rossum's Universal
Rossum.
Robots, or
yeah,
no,
yeah,
the Rossum Robotics, based out of Technica, seem to be the culprit.
right. Okay.
Um,
Well, let's see what we can get and then decide which one to go, shall we? Because we've
okay,
got to head
yeah,
back
but
to Flostono.
I have to
Oh,
type a destination planet for the trade, so it's either Penglaro, Sapphire, or maybe Jumaco, except the population is low.
well, go with Plingaro since that's the middle one.
Okay, and Pringlaro's stats I had from a map. Yeah, once again, a
Where
little.
is Rossum Robotics out of? Was it Technica?
They're based on the planet Technica. Yeah, it's
Mm,
Technica is a lower population world, but what they
Here.
do is. Oops, did I accidentally move the map when I was in the GM?
Might have. We're a little bit wiggly off.
whatever.
I'll fix it later.
Yep.
Pringlaro's stats are C510, 6406, airless world,
When we get
almost
to
airless.
Technica, might want to hide our robot friend.
Yeah, Pringlaro's fairly low tech. That might cause issue. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, it generates certain trade opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
but let's see. Okay, well here's what the utility says. If they made a mistake in the base price somewhere, that's what probably caught us. But I'm getting. Let me post it in the Discord. See if it'll format better. Okay, so these are the kinds of trades that are possible. Passengers. There don't seem to be enough high passengers who are going to Prenglaro. Let me see. Low passage, middle passage, high passage. These are not rich miners, I guess. That's why they don't want to buy luxury accommodation.
Well,
Freight. They seem to be low on freight for some reason.
mm,
Um, Let me see. But Poker. I don't know why it says black market there.
I'll buy one of
Um,
those.
yeah, and the basic consumables is wrong. Thank you, Justin. Yeah, so it's just a mistake in the program. We're going to check the base price of all these other things, but that's what they seem to be offering on Ribicure is 30 tons of basic electronics. You know, anything you can do with copper wire. Uh, so they got 30 tons of that. Now the DM seems to say -2. I'm not sure what the DM
Crap.
there is.
Is that to buy it or to sell it?
I think it's.
Trying to buy it.
Will that be
Not sure what
good?
the DM represents.
Planet sucks.
Let me see what the site says.
Yeah.
Site doesn't really explain it, but it basically you don't have to worry about the DM because we'll calculate it ourselves, and we'll make sure doubly
Mm-hmm.
sure that we get the correct base price at the beginning. And so the things that might turn a profit is well, basic ore. Uh, Seem to offer 5 tons of advanced manufactured goods here, which I don't see how. We got 5 tons of it.
Mm-hmm.
They got 50 tons of uncommon raw materials. So, out of these things, what would you like to try for? I guess it largely depends on how much money you have. After all the sales, and I think you just broke even, how much does the Steppenwolf have at the moment?
Uh, I with all that, we got like 160 something.
Okay, so this is in addition to the ship fund reserve. So you're talking about the reserve that you don't want to violate, the 100,000. Okay, so you have that much to play with. Hopefully, not to lose. Advanced manufactured goods at 100,000 per ton might be too rich for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, on common raw materials, if you break a lot, you're causing a penalty in the price, I suppose.
Yeah.
Basic raw materials might be a good thing because it's 5,000 credits base price per ton. Let me just make absolutely sure of that. Check the rule book.
If we could find out what that -2 is, whether it's a selling or a buying thing, or both, which it couldn't be both.
Common raw materials is 5,000.
Right.
I think it's a minus because it's non-industrial.
Right. So that
These
means
are
we
all
buy.
minuses.
And what is Plancaro? What's the qualification
Also
classification?
non-industrial.
Oh crap.
Yeah, pretty low. It's a real hole.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you want to do nothing in particular and see if you can sell on Flostono, then you might have completely different trade possibilities. But this is what you market
No.
on the first. Well, the first planet being Epicure. That's what seems to be offered at the moment here. And I'm hoping this program works properly because I can try to roll
Well,
availability of things from the book at random.
also we only have 48 tons of space. So what about the basic raw materials? I'm happy to buy 4 tons because that's what I've got.
How
Basic
much
raw
is it?
materials. Well, in the book, it is common raw materials. It is 5,000 credits per ton.
Well, it just says basic raw materials, but whatever the word is, yeah.
Yeah,
But at
Yeah.
5,000
it's
a
still using
ton,
Mongoose 1, right? Let's look at
Oh,
Mongoose 1 and
I'm
look at
afraid
all
all
the
my money is sitting
contracts.
in that warehouse on
yeah,
Bostono.
yeah, I got no.
A lot of mine too.
Okay, so it may be using Mongoose 1 terminology, the Mongoose 1 prices.
Oh, I don't know what it's using. So all the modifiers are different.
It might be a completely different system in Mongoose 1. Basic ore, that's really what this whole planet is about. 10 tons of basic ore for 1,000. I don't know why they can spare only 10 tons
No.
of it. The basic raw materials cost a little more. So what they do is they refine the ore. They get pure copper metal. So that probably is why it is more value, costs more. Basic electronics, well, that's you'd have to pay 300,000 approximately for the whole lot, unless
No.
you got a real good deal on it. Basic machine parts, basic manufactured goods. Okay, so that's in the hundreds of thousands.
We don't want anything with a minus on
Um,
it.
yeah. Well,
I
there are
don't think.
basic raw materials at 5,040 tons. That
Yeah.
means you could pay 200,000. So that would be ship profits. If you sunk all the ship profits into it plus some personal contributions, it might allow you to buy all the basic raw materials, the whole lot of basic raw materials. Or textiles. Why would this world have textiles? That's some fluke. Maybe it's trying to re-gift the textiles you sold earlier on some other planet.
Yeah, probably.
90,000 credits. Well, if I'm calculating with a base price, but you can probably do better than that. That's 30 tons. And whatever you don't fill up with cargo, you can fill up with freight. Vehicles. That's interesting. They make vehicles here. I'm really stymied about whether this is working correctly. Let me try it. No, I did press the right button. Generate by Universal World Profile. Let me get another roll of the dice here. Let's see.
Like, I think vehicles are going to be the best because we can sell them on Rich World.
but they take
It's
up so
gonna
much
give us a
space.
bonus.
And you only buy like a vehicle. We've got 50
The
tons of
price is
vehicles.
yeah, the price is pretty high. If you multiply that number by 50, what do you get? You get
Yeah,
750,000 times 10. That's
yeah,
7 million. No, wait a minute. Is that right?
it's a lot.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
7,500,000
We
you'd have
need
to spend for the
we
whole
need to
lot.
spend something around about the 2, 3, 5,000 amount.
Yeah,
Unless this
yeah.
next list is going to be better.
I'm going to rule that basic ore you can carry probably up to your capacity because they're swimming in basic ore. Basically, it's the sand, or it's the high quality areas of sand here, areas which have high quality sand. Uh, so basic ore you can get. They are only building up their infrastructure to actually smelt the stuff and make, and that would be basic raw materials out of the ore, and that fetches them a bigger profit. But you don't quite. You almost have $200,000. What about your personal finances? I'm wondering if Astria would contribute something, but again, I don't want to commit an NPC to a purchase you might not like.
Well, basic raw materials is 5,000. I can buy 20,000 of it. That would leave
How
36
much?
ton.
Are you getting it at a good price?
Well, we
Yeah,
don't
but
know. We've got
I
to roll
can't
that.
sell raw materials
We
well
can always
enough.
say no, right?
Yeah, but then we've got nothing in the hold. That's,
Okay.
not great either.
I would rather
Well, I could go
take the ore.
10k.
You could get 2 ton of it. I can get 4 ton of it. That's 6 of the 40 ton. The ship could get 20 ton of it.
I could pitch in for another 4.
I want
Yeah.
textiles.
Well, textiles, well, if you want to. Yeah,
Because we're
textiles.
going to
90,000
Prangalo,
total.
and Prangalo is non-agricultural,
Okay.
and so we would get a +2, right? Where is it?
No? Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna make a roll for textiles.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I can
plus
buy
2 for
7.
non-agricultural.
I'll buy 7 tons of it if it's good.
Okay, so you're talking about the 30-ton lot of textiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know how Ribicure made them, but maybe they made
It's wearable
Maybe it just
art.
fell out of the sky somewhere.
Wearable art. It's
Doesn't
wearable
matter. We're taking them.
high
wearable
tensile
copper
copper
wire.
thread.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so looking at the textiles, okay, the base price is 3,000 in the Mongoose 2 charts, and you do have a 30-ton lot of it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
The factors, world factors here, Prenglar is not high. Prenglaro is not high population world. It's not non-agricultural or agricultural. Uh, actually, is it? Let's see. I didn't put down what Ribicure's trade factors were, but
NI.
Yeah,
It's
just
only
non-industrial.
non-industrial.
non-industrial. Okay, but it's the origin. It's not the destination, so that's fine. The Ribicure and Prenglaro are similar as far as terrain is concerned. So it looks like a 3d6. Um, and guess what? If you go to try to buy textiles, you run up against Hussein again because it's probably
Ugh.
his shift at the moment. So if you went off for an hour to factor things and figure things out, here he's again trying to do the sale.
All
So
right.
again, if Justin is taking the lead, then that means that Mantar, Ronnie and Cicely can make rolls to try to encourage. So that would just be your
Okay.
broker rolls.
I've
Here we go.
assisted successfully.
I'm gonna need all
Okay.
the help you guys can get.
Okay,
And
give me a
Steve can make a
second.
roll for Cicely.
Yep, just get into my broker skill. Here we go.
And of course,
Broker.
Hussein Arrow roughly says, well, it's you
Two
guys again.
11s. That's got to be good.
Okay. Getting high rolls now.
Good, good. Okay, so
That's what
that
we're
gives
doing.
you a +2. So your
Awesome.
overall roll, I make it, is to figure out the base price 3d6 +2 on the purchase table.
Ah,
Nice.
there we go.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah, since there's no particular
Had to roll
planning
better sometime.
factors, 17 gives you that you're able to buy at a 55% of base price. So let me use the calculator.
16,500 for all.
3,000 times 0.55, so the base price goes down to 1,650 credits per
Okay.
ton, well, or the equivalent in euros times 30 tons
Yep.
equals. I think it's a manageable number that your ship funds can do. So the total price is 49,500. So if you sell it at base price, it'd be 90,000, but
Yeah.
you bought it at 49,500. So you take that out of the ship funds. Justin can
Well,
pull that
no, I
much
wanted to
out.
buy 7 tons of it.
We oh, so the lot is limited at 30 tons. You
Yeah,
want to get
but the
7
ship's
tons
no,
out of
no.
that?
The ship's going to buy the rest. I'm buying 7 tons of it.
How much did I say?
Okay.
You had you said you were able to do 4 tons, I think, but now it's a lot more than or 3
Yeah,
tons or 4
no, I mean,
tons.
I think I said 10K, so whatever that buys.
Chip can easily buy all
Yeah,
49,500 and you
yeah,
can
but
show
some
a
of us want to make
profit.
a profit because we're a little bit low on cash.
Okay, so there's
Nope,
30
Chip's
tons.
got this, guys. Don't worry, spend your money somewhere else.
No, I want to
You-
make profit on this one, Captain. This seems like a good
Me
deal.
too.
You're trying to make personal profit, but you should be making profit for your company, which will eventually skim off some of the cash that you've been earning so far.
Yeah, there's a good point because we have to pay some of our profit to the ship anyway.
Uh, every
I'm not worried about
trimester,
that.
they're probably going to subtract something. So you got to build up your funds, anticipating that
Yeah, the
trimester.
ship can buy it.
Okay, so it's bought all by the ship. Okay, so no individual deals. Now you have 18 tons of cargo space left, which can go to freight. If you want to make some other new personal deal, you can do that, but you have to break a lot. You pay a penalty for that of some sort. I don't know if we ever done that
Now we don't
before.
know how much Natser is gonna take up.
Well, you know how big it is. They said 6 tons.
They said
So
6 tons.
you need 6 tons for that. So that leaves 12 tons of free space.
So we did 45 plus 6 is, yeah, 12 tons left because we'll get to 51.
You can just fill up the 12 tons with ordinary freight.
C and Tomo can try to buy stuff.
Okay,
We
what
can't
They
does
afford
want
Brian
to.
anything
say?
else together. We don't have the money.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
have the space.
How about this? I'm going to take a very, very short break. You can do some thoughts and just take a minute. Just a moment, please.
Basic manufactured goods, we could get rid of 8 tons of that.
Hi,
Other
everybody.
than that, basic ore.
Yeah, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
How are you guys?
Good.
Did I miss a lot?
We've got to what is it? Ribacur? Ribacur.
We've just been talking money and talking to this
Well,
one
I'm just a
guy.
pilot. I don't have to worry about that. I'm just good with my salary. I just want to party and meet beach chicks, but we're not on that planet no more, right? We're long gone.
2 jumps away, we'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of stuff sitting in the warehouse there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You ended up leaving that stuff there. Did we take care of the little lizard alien dudes, the gecko dudes?
We're working on it.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're supposed to meet some of them later.
Cool. That's always good.
Mm-hmm.
I was tied up at work till late. I had to finish up a job.
Mm-hmm.
They were hot for it. Had to be ready for tomorrow morning. It is,
Cool.
but it was a bust ass deal to get done.
Hmm.
10, 11 hour days.
You're gonna talk about your bridge, your super
Oh, I'm
bridge.
gonna do that too. I'm gonna go through the weekend this week, but
Ooh.
I'm gonna slow that down to 8 hours over the weekend, and then I'll go from there. Yeah.
Back there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I forgot the fact that out of the cargo space left, you need 6 tons for Esser the Sevret's cargo wherever it is. He's going to tell you where to pick it up. And that leaves 12 tons left, which could just go to ordinary freight or could go to special side deals if you want to personally finance them. So what would you like to do? What's your ideas? Hello?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say let's look for passengers. I don't think we're gonna get much better freight unless they got something they're really interested in.
Okay. When you ask around, if you even use the help of the apparatoi,
Mm-hmm.
there are currently no high passengers interested in going to Prenglaro, apparently, or at least that's how I rolled it when I did the thing between the planets. Now, this utility may be
Yeah.
doubtful, but let's just say that there's a glut, not a glut, but the opposite of a glut, a dearth or a
Yep.
scarcity of
Yep.
passengers.
What about to Flastono? They might be more interested
Oh,
in
but
the
you, yeah, you can get low
water world.
passage though. There are low passage people wanting to do the transit as low passage. If you say that you're going on to Flastono, oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's a holiday vacation planet,
Yep.
and if the miners have won their performance quotas in the communes, maybe some of them have gotten um, free trips to Flastono. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to say that if your target is Flastono, you are talking about two jump two passages under
Yep.
high passage, and that would mean that it's a one-way trip of 28,000 credits each.
And
That's
going on
what,
holiday is expensive in the future.
yeah, but corporations and communes can give that as a perk to their best workers and so on. So you got these ordinary miners and plus one who managed to do that. So there's probably is a demand for two high passages if you're going to Flostono. There are two passage prospects if you're going to Flostono, and they're all excited about their holiday, but they have to spend at least 2 weeks to get there and 2 weeks back. So they are willing to take passage on your ship, and they would pay a total of 56,000 if you make it there.
All right, let's make it there.
Okay. Uh, so two high passages are available to Flostono, and we're going to make up Verdulan names
Almost
for
got to
them.
get on his cooking skills then. You got to make him good food.
Yeah.
Yep.
I managed it last time.
Haha. High passage.
And it is a
Probably
couple, and I'm not in sort of at a loss to invent names for them. Um, it can be any sort of couple, any
Are
two
they old or
people,
the
two
young?
names.
Newlyweds?
Um, They're young workers,
Oh, high passage.
and they managed to have. They probably have won the trip from the Cuprezzo commune that allows them to have a six Flastono day vacation on Flastono, but they have to go 2 weeks to travel there, 2 weeks back. Uh, it's a bit of a stretch, but Flastono is temptingly close enough that it becomes possible. So you have the two high passages. You have no problem picking up 7 low passages if you want. And that's still at
I look at
1,300 each.
Astria. I'm like, you want to do 7?
Well, she had no trouble upon the arrival destination. She had no trouble with those 7, and the jury rigged cryo unit is holding up okay. I'm going to say you don't have to buy extra supplies for it yet. Um, whatever the rate is for low passage supplies. So that's fine. Anything else that you want to do? The remaining 12 tons can be freight.
I'm just piloting. It's up to you guys.
Yeah. Now with all, oh, sorry, Jerry. Yeah, you're in. Welcome, Jerry. Um, basically, they managed to get to the planet Ribicure. The people managed to get to the planet Ribicure. They revived some low passage people. There was a lot of work on the part of Astria's part. Um, um, let me see. They did some stuff on jump. You can mark your salary. It's by the way, day 90 has passed. We're up to day 93 now, or 90, getting into
How much is my
94.
salary? I gotta
Uh,
update it.
it's on the
I think you
inventory
were
tab on your sheet.
4,000.
Okay.
By the way, every character got 80 credits as freight bonus for carrying 8 tons of freight to Ribicure. So that's only 80 credits of bonus because of the low tonnage. You did a trade for textiles. Ronnie did not sell his spices, but you did sell the basic consumer goods. We had the price wrong because we were using a Mongoose One utility. I said that you broke even. You didn't make a profit on those basic
So my
consumables.
my salary's 12,000 a month. That can't be right.
You're the pilot. That's correct
Yeah,
because of your
that.
piloting skill.
Oh, really? He gets paid more than the captain.
Happy,
The
you can't get nowhere without me.
I can
That's
get
right.
somewhere
I
without
think it's
you.
because of pilot and astrogation together,
Yeah. Well,
and
that's
the
what it
ship share
says.
as
I'm
well.
adding it to my account.
And
Cappy.
add 1,000 because of the ship share. You have one ship share that gets you 1,000 a month.
Oh, nice.
That too. And you also add 80 credits for freight
That's pretty.
bonus.
How much?
80 credits.
Oh,
80.
okay.
Okay, just bringing you up to date.
All right. I'm up
And
to date on my money now, too.
you can read
Bump
the
up
summary
your
later.
skill, whatever skill you were practicing. Bump that up by a
Oh,
week.
meaning that you have 2 weeks of, you have been practicing your skill for 2 weeks because you had 2 jumps out of Flastono.
I think I was working on computer.
Write it down in the space in your prime tab of the sheet. That's where you have a space for on the top right for showing what you're currently studying, and you're using the downtime in a jump to do your studies.
Where do I do that on? Which tab? Oh, Prime.
Yep.
Prime tab, top right is the study period. So now you have done 2 weeks of study
Oh,
period,
wait.
and you seem to put down a different skill there, melee combat blades.
I have melee combat blades. Yeah.
Is that what you want, or do you want to retroactively change it to something else?
What skills do I have?
Okay, you can decide on your own.
Okay.
You can change the skill if you want to. That's no big deal. Um, and the ship has bought textiles, 30 tons of textiles at a very low 55% of base price, so the profits are likely to be good. We got 2 people willing to pay for high passage to Flostono, so that's 2 times 2. There are 7 low passages and low passengers who have signed up, and there's 12 tons of freight. But the thing that's undone is that you haven't contacted um, Cerny Polny Chalaran,
Oh
and
boy.
you were told to go to Smelting Complex C, room B1202, 9 hours from now. It's close to the appointed time. Now, is the whole group of PCs going to go, or
I'm in.
I better
okay?
be there.
I'm
Where
going
are
as
the?
security intimidation for security for the
That's right.
captain.
Can we have Tony scope it out? Maybe get some intel on this place.
Well,
Virtual.
to scope out a physical location is, I think it's more like recon. If Tony has something like that on his sheet,
Make a recon roll, Tony.
You're not going to see into the office, are they?
Did he fall
Where are
asleep
the
on you?
7 low passengers going? Are they going to Pringala or all the way to Flusk?
oh, I'm talking about just those who can go to Prenglaro.
Okay.
None of them are talking about going any further. Some people do go to Holiday and Fredeo in Low Passage, and they got excellent doctors at destination at, sorry, not Fredeo, but Flostono. They have excellent doctors there, but let's just say that these 7 low passengers are going from Rubicure to Prenglaro, miners who are mining in a different world, basically.
Okay.
But Tony, if you want to roll recon, I think that might possibly give you some insight into a physical location that you're going to. You can do either recon or electronics computers. Tony, are you still there?
I think he passed out on you.
So where Tony falls asleep sometimes.
Just
Well,
where
okay,
Tony falls asleep. Yeah.
I don't know where.
He's pretty good at doing that sometimes.
Oh, for sure. Okay, well, I'm going to make a certain roll where Virgil, the character, might find out something. Let me see. GM roll. Virgil comes up with just one fact. I mentioned that the commune, like this whole planet, is loaded with copper sands, and if you find the area with the best concentration of copper, then you can basically scoop it out of the ground. It's like copper ore. It's saleable, and it can be melted into pure copper, which is a metal that's generally more valuable than iron still. Um, and Mincapo is the capital. Now, what is happening is that he found out that certain smelting operations are dedicated to uh, something called, well, in Verdulin, it ends up being called the Sofont Remittance Project. And what it is that for many decades, it's been human miners who go from one world to another. They mine and then they send money back home. But they found that there was sort of discrepancy because aliens from different worlds, like Sophons, and they were native to this or that world, they could run commerces on their own world, but they were not. They tended not to be able to go to another world and mine. So the Sophont League of the Verdulan Federation has actually set up something to encourage itinerant miners from the Sophont or alien populations to actually go to other worlds and work and then remit the funds back to their home planets to try to be on an even par with what the humans are doing. So it's a kind of new initiative, and apparently the um, one of the areas which is being reserved for this is in fact a section of smelting complex C. So that may explain why you're seeing a certain significant number of aliens on this world, which is like it works out to about 5% of the total population. And they tend to be the floating population because itinerant miners are counted as inhabitants for the time that they're there, but they might move on to another world. They're pretty fluid and floating. And now there's aliens who are trying to mine and do the same thing, and equipment has to be adapted for the aliens. So this is all subsumed in a special project called the Sofont Remittance Project, and it's to try to encourage, populations of aliens. So apparently, this area is dedicated to it. That's all that Virgil could find out. And if you make your way to that area, I have a map here. I have a picture. No, not a map, but a picture to show you. And I'm just going to try to call it up here. Folder again. Where are my pictures? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's a picture. See if it works. I'm going to take out the picture of Hussein the traitor. All right, I just put it over his picture. Doesn't matter. I wonder if I have room here. Yeah, I think I do have room. There we go. Okay, so what I'm trying to show here is a picture of a smelting operation when it's actually working. So you got conveyor belts to carry copper ore. Copper ore is smelted and heated, and ideally you should have liquefied, heated, pure metal coming out of the ends, and then you pour it into ingots, and it cools, and you sell it as raw material products. What you doing, Justin? Why did you lay down your
Oh,
token?
I can't shrink my guy.
What's that? Okay, yeah, I just put down this as an illustrative picture. It's not meant to be a map yet. But these are the areas that you're sort of walking by. This is a complex C. And when you get to the appointed room, it looks like a disused factory. And I'm going to change the map, and I'd like to ask you to drag your name and drop your token on the top side of the map. I may have reused this map from before, but let me try to bring you guys over to this map. There we go. Okay, so this is a map. You might, if you want, you can reduce it to about 80% or something. I'd like to ask you guys to move your tokens over to the entrance of this room, which is here. So this is the room B1202 that I was talking about. And who is, I have to settle who is going. Is every character going?
I'm going. Just for
Okay.
giggles.
The
Oh
ones that
yeah.
are here anyway.
Yeah, so I might have to temporarily give control of other characters. We got now we got 6 players here, so it's only Astria and Richard who are missing. Let me see. Put Astria here. Ved Aria is here. You can all be armed. I'm going to give temporary control of Astria to who? Astria for the moment, and play conservatively. That
I can do it.
speaking. Sorry.
Captain Wilson. Justin could. I can play Astria.
Okay, so I'll give
No
you
one else
temporary
minds.
control of. I'll give you temporary control of Astria, so you have control of her sheet now. You can look up stuff, and there's also Ved Aria, and he's got some. Let's see what fighting skills he has. Well, he has just gun combat 0, melee 0. His skills are more devious. Who wants to control Ved Aria?
Oh,
Is that
Brian.
right? Okay, Brian, you have control of Ved Aria. There you go. So you can hopefully move the token and everything. Okay, so this is the entrance to the room, and it looks like some kind of disused factory or conveyor belt system. If you each move your tokens into the room more or less around here, you'll see that there are alien sophonts in this room and two human guys. You can bring the zoom to about 90%, 80%, maybe you'll see it all better. And one of the aliens is the sophont, and you presume that this is the Nasserni Polni Chalnaran, or Nasser. So he's there. Typical, well, it's the same Savret photo or image that I've used before. And there's also another alien which you actually met before when you passed through the planet of Dracovenko. This is an alien type called, whoops. Sorry, let me go back here. I gave the name of this alien and I put it on a campaign info for Dracovento. It's an alien species called a Kagarushum, and they have a funny way of speaking. They're four-legged with some kind of feathery-looking appendages near the head and tail. And as you come in, Nasserni Ponichalaran, or Nasser, talks. Now, Nasser is hanging from a wall because it's a gecko-like creature. It can actually climb surfaces or even the ceiling if it has to. And it says, you have arrived at the correct time. Who is the captain? He's talking really fast, the way the Savrets do.
Hi, I am Captain Wilson Droat. Nice to meet you, Zorgo. Zorg.
Oh, it's Nasserni who's speaking. Nasserni Polnichanaran.
Discerning. Okay.
Nasser. Nasser. And he says, excellent, excellent. This is my colleague Zorgo Lalani.
Zorga Alani. Okay, that's more
Zorgo Lalani.
pronounceable.
And Zorgo Lalani starts speaking, and he sort of burbles, and he says, Zorgo Lalani IB.
Yes. Nice to meet you. I hear you got some freight you need transported.
And Zorgo Lalani says, uh, thing called the freight is what we must transport. Do you have thing called the ship?
Yeah, we got a ship, and I'm the best damn pilot you ever seen.
Person has name. May I inquire what it is? So looking at Brogan.
It's the free trader, the Steppenwolf.
Person, not thing. Person has name. What is person's name?
This
My
is
name is
Brogan Riley.
Brogan
He is
Riley. I'm the
Brogan
pilot.
Riley.
This is the captain here. This is our captain. He takes care of all our business. He's in charge. But I fly the ship, and we get our ship where it needs to go.
Expression of
For some
contentment.
reason
That
they're
is
paying
good.
him more than me. We gotta talk to Rihanna.
The Cerny Chalaran says kind of quickly, I can't always keep up the speed of.
Hey, don't be jealous because I'm making more money. You wouldn't be able to get nowhere without me, Cappy. You'd be stuck on the ground, shuffling the
The
deck of
aliens are
cards.
exchanging puzzled looks.
Don't be worried about my pay.
There's these two guys who are clearly human guys at the bottom. They're sort of staring and pretty unsure what's going on. Uh, if a group of humans is coming in and arguing, then
Hey,
that may
Cappy,
be
if you want to
trouble.
make money, hang around with Ronnie. He's got ways of making money.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
and
Ronnie's probably got some new drugs under the bed now, some different kind.
Nothing at the moment, but yeah,
He's more interested in
give it time.
spices right now.
okay, and Zorgo Lalani, this one, the Kagarushim, the weird-looking alien, says the observation time may not be at its most maximum. Conclusion: we must hurry. And Nasser agrees. He says, "Yes, yes, time is of the essence. We must hurry." Now, you may find out exactly where to pick up the cargo if you approach this area, and our colleague will explain.
Okay. I'm gonna have my hand on the cutlass and I'll go over there.
Okay, so move your token to there. Okay, now what you see is over here, there's a kind of, some kind of emplacement. It has it's like an enclosure. It has like a window, and as you um, go and approach and put your face next to the window, you start to see what is on the other side. And let me just see if I can pause this here. Yeah, here we go. Boom.
Ooh.
And what you see is a strange creature. It looks like basically some kind of balloon floating in front of you in the window. Let me put it on zoom here. Oops, I've got to get the wrong level. Here we go.
Oh, freaky.
It's like a balloon with tentacles hanging on it, and it seems to have eyes all around its body.
Oh, nice.
It likes
Wow, he
nice low
doesn't miss
gravity
anything, does he?
world.
He sees it all. He
Yeah.
or it. Doesn't miss it. You ain't sneaking up on that.
And you'd make a fortune selling contact lenses on that planet.
All right, now it seems to be making belching and forgive me, but farting
Is it
noises.
floating or what? It's in the. Where is
It's
it?
a flump.
It's in a tank. It's behind
Oh,
the
it's in a
window in
tank.
this enclosure
It's a
that
Is
seems
it
to
water
be
like a
tank.
floating.
water tank or is it just a
Air.
yeah?
Looks like air.
Oh, it doesn't breathe the regular atmosphere. It breathes it's special air. It's in a tank. Comes
Oh,
with
you
some
Okay.
exotic
don't
atmosphere
know
then,
for
huh?
sure. It's just enclosed in this square tank
Hey,
with a
Nassar,
glass
what the
front
hell
to
is
it.
that weird looking little thing? Is it big? What's the map
Probably
of
our
it?
employer.
Yeah, this is the business leader.
It's about 2 feet long. It's sort of vaguely football shaped and about two
Oh,
feet
it's
long.
small.
Got tentacles hanging from it, so it's not large. It would be if it were able to stand on those tentacles. It might be 4 feet high or whatever it is, 1.2 meters high,
Oh, okay. But
something
it's
But
like
it's
that.
floating, right?
It
Now it's
looks
yeah, okay.
cool.
floating, yeah. And some of its eyes are looking at you, but other eyes look like they're disinterested. So it's kind of an eerie thing that only the near eyes seem to be locked onto you, and the other eyes are just staring off somewhere else.
Well, they're
Um,
checking out. There must be predators on this thing's
yeah.
planet. It's got an eye on everything.
And it starts to talk in a sort of burbling and belching and farting way, as if it's trying to just force air through bellows to talk to you. And it does speak recognizable Verdulan, and he says, "I am Prips."
I
Sounds
am.
like a belching, farting kind of sound.
But it's got some kind of way to speak. I am pricks.
Well, it's
Rips.
talking to, well, Captain Wilson is in front of it. Sorry, Captain Wilson
Go,
Durwad is in front of
Captain.
it.
I
So
ain't talking. I ain't saying shit to this thing. I keep quiet.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
hope
I
you
don't know
would.
what to do with it. You know, there'd be a dude named Victor from another game who might have
Yeah.
interest in this guy. He could find a
Yeah.
crevice of some
Do not
sort.
talk about Victor here.
He'd be looking for a crevice on them eyeballs.
It probably
Oh.
would.
My, drawing a veil on that
He
stuff.
was incorrigible.
It's from another campaign anyway, so it's an alternate universe where
All right, no, but back to this
those things
universe. All right,
matter.
I couldn't
Several
resist.
other campaigns, actually.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you mention this out loud for real in character, it would sort of go. Thing would sort of stare at you uncomprehendingly. But
Looking at me.
seems to speak regular well. All it said so far was
I am
in its
pricks.
bellowy voice. It says, "I am Prips."
Nice to meet you there.
Trips.
So we giving this guy a ride?
You giving
I
this
don't
guy a
know.
ride? Gotta have special conditions. Gotta
Yeah,
have
we might
tank,
have need to do special conditions for that.
air. We gotta know what it eats. Make sure it's comfortable.
Negative. I am not going on a trip with you.
Okay.
Okay.
I represent a faction of the Sophont League. We are interested in transporting 6 tons of cargo to Stono, as
We're going that
agreed.
way, aren't we?
Yeah, that's where we're
Yeah,
headed.
exactly for this reason.
Cap, you gotta negotiate this shit, man. Make some money.
A Sevret called Sibrin Lichin Repitlian negotiated a price with you, yes?
Yes.
Oh yeah. We met Sibrin Lich and Ripitian.
That's a lot of words.
Very good. I will now give you a location, a freight terminal, and a storage lot, and the code to gain permission to uh, access the 6 tons of cargo. And he
Yep.
gives you a location. And it's a certain, it's everything here is in very colorless, uncharacteristic uh, letter designations. So he talks about freight depot D, E
Freight
as in
depot.
your word Delta,
Delta Dawn.
and
Interesting.
cargo storage area 317.
Yes.
Password to gain access to the contents of the cargo storage area is on an electronic lock, and you type in the letters L as in Lima, D as in Delta, Z as in Zebra, 335.
LDZ335.
And then you will
Got it.
access the cargo, load it on your ship, and head to Lastono with the contents.
Sounds easy.
Yep.
Are there questions?
Um, the apparatoi, should they know what about this cargo or what?
We have furnished papers to provide a suitable cover for this cargo. We
Ah,
have called it common ores.
It's art. Is it art?
Art.
It's obviously not art. Don't worry about it.
I
Okay.
understand the meaning of your word art, but it is not what you call art. I want to avoid a misunderstanding. What do you
No
say?
misunderstanding. Brogan's dumb.
We'll
It's
get it
okay.
delivered. I don't know. I'm just a pilot. Whatever you need, whatever Cappy works out, what you will get her done.
And Nasser over
without any
here,
imperial entanglements.
sir over here is agitated. As I said, time is short. Are there any questions? Do you have any other questions or concerns?
Now let's get it done.
Okay. All of a sudden, you hear
Yeah.
like a clanging noise. Piece of metal seems to have fallen off of the ceiling right here. Whoops, where am I? Yeah, there we are.
All right, let's
So,
get out of here, guys.
and
Uh oh.
alrighty.
All of a sudden, you see a Savrette crawl out who looks like. Oops, where is it? I'll go back to token layer. This.
Uh-oh.
Go back to, oops, token layer. There we
Still
go.
got the other dude up. Still got what's his name up?
Nasser is there, and a new new Savrette has appeared. This one is kind of crawling on the ceiling. So let me just use the Alt key.
Ancora Porcellini.
So another Savrette, and I just basically, okay, it's cheap. I just basically inverted the other Savrette picture. Oops, let me just see here.
Yep.
But despite flipping the token, the photo
They
still seems to
they all
show
look
up the
they all
same way
look the
when I
same.
zoom it.
They all
Yeah.
look the same to me.
They
Oh,
all
too
look the
bad.
same. Yeah.
That's it.
Can't tell
Okay.
the difference.
Strange. I could flip the token, but in the zoom, it still appears the original way. That's strange. Okay.
Roll 20 quirk.
Oh
They're
man.
all the same.
And this new Savred is appearing on the ceiling. He's looking straight at Nasser Nipoli Chalaran and saying, Nasser Nipoli Chalaran, stop. I have to discuss things with you. And this thing is crawling right on the ceiling all the way over, unopposed. Do you do anything as it in the short time that it's crawling? It's sort of moving very fast,
Yeah,
attached to
we
the
got our
ceiling.
deal. We're out of here. That's what I
I
say.
can't read these things,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, let's
We got a
go.
deal. But come on.
Let's
it
take
could be
this
his wife for all I
opportunity
know.
to run away.
Might
Well,
be
Up his ass. We're out of here. You can talk about whatever you want.
Ronnie's
We got our
instincts
load.
say run for it.
and then all of a sudden, the Nacerni says, uh, "My lookout says that we've suddenly been compromised. Oh no, what is going on?" And then, where are you, my friend? And he seems to be talking like in a little headset radio of some kind or a headset comm. Then all of a sudden, let me see if I go back here.
Draw
You
your
hear what?
weapons, boys.
Let me see if I can do them all. I wonder if I can do them all together. Let's see. One,
You should be
two,
able to
three,
highlight them
four.
if you can.
Yeah, okay, let me see if I can bring them all to the layer. This is the police. Nobody move.
This is why we need Virgil to be our lookout.
This is the police on a law level 1 planet.
How many police are
Apparently,
there?
let's say eight
Looks
of
like
them.
8.
I think there should be 8 tokens. I'm just making a
Oh, we
screenshot of the
can't take
scene.
them. It's like just one fat one. We can take them out. Give him some
Oh, yeah, we
donuts.
can take them out.
They don't look like mall cops. They look
There's
average.
7 of us, plus the thugs and the weird aliens.
Oh, are we gonna kill some cops? We're gonna be cop killers now.
I guess so.
And let me see.
Stun
Nasser
weapons.
Polichal Nasser for short. Let me see. Things are moving very quickly. He says, quickly, move east with me. Let's get out of here. There's another exit. Now, the people who are closest to the door, like Ved, Astria, the NPCs are closest. Well, everybody's moving away from the door. You may have tried to make a motion to close the door, but police are starting to creep in or flood in. There's 8 of them to try to get
So
through
which way are we going? East.
a small door. Well, the Serenity Polny Channeran doesn't wait. He seems to be actually adding on the side and on the top of the ceilings. Um,
The dude in the tank's screwed. He's just stuck.
Yep.
yeah, in
Hang
fact,
on, is
Prip
that
says,
tank movable?
"Oh, it looks like a big solid metal thing like that. Doesn't seem movable." And Prip is saying, wait, Nasserni, Polychandaran, wait." But Nasserni is going, and Storakor is saying, "Making a mistake. Don't go, Nasserni, Polychandaran."
Interesting shit.
Nasser just says, follow me, quickly, quickly."
Well, let's follow him. We don't have to combat him.
Yep.
Follow him out. But what about Prep?
Ronnie
I'd
is
like
not a
to
big
get
fan of
Prep
cops.
out of there.
Okay,
There's
now there's kind of
there's
a
no way
running
we can
contest.
detach that tank and like drag him out, roll him
Yeah,
out.
can we roll it?
get him on a dolly and roll him out.
Looks like a very large metal emplacement or enclosure.
He doesn't have like
Yeah.
a vacuum or something?
What's the estimated weight of it? He doesn't weigh
Uh,
much. What's the estimated weight of it?
Yeah, Ronnie's already pulling on it to see if it moves.
I think it would weigh just about the same as 2 refrigerators, something like that.
Oh,
So
that's
trying
a
to-
So yeah, Ronnie
Oh,
can't move it.
I can move a refrigerator on my own.
Yeah, he just,
Yeah.
Tomo just put the shit on his
It's
back.
fixed.
and
There's some
carry him
kind of
home.
metal conveyor grill that would block it from going into the next room
Uh,
anyway. Everybody out. So you're trying to run. The police are filing in. I
We're
didn't mean to
running.
put Astria and Ved, the NPCs, away.
Sorry,
Police are
Prep.
definitely in force. They don't look quite as well equipped as SWAT teams, but they're just coming in. I'm going to say that the police have trouble filing into an unfamiliar room. You guys have seen the room, so Ved is saying, screw the gas bag, let's go. Zergo Lalani would also be trying to run away as well, so he's in there somewhere. Had half a round of
We had no choice but
activity.
to follow these guys out.
Yeah,
We're gonna run too.
that's right. Now, if
Can't.
Sissery and
It's
Ronnie
like
are
when
the
a
first
party gets
ones in,
busted, you don't sit and hang around and wait for the cops.
I will
to
wait
get
till the
you.
rest of
No.
them, Brogan and Astria, get past, and I'll push all these barrels over, and then
Oh, there you go.
follow.
okay, fine. So,
Good
okay,
idea.
No, move
everybody
past
should
real
be,
fast. Yeah, there
everybody
you
should
go.
move their own tokens. I'm not sure which one is in, and he says, "What?" And Zergo Lalani says, uh, "The things call your feet. Watch them. Watch them. I'm very small. The things call your feet should not strike me."
Tomo, when you're done with the barrels, carry that thing.
Now,
Carry
Nasserni
Zorgo.
Ponichalaran is up in the
Can't
front,
get
and
it past.
apparently,
I don't think I can get it past this obstacle.
Yeah, hey Pribs, can you live outside that tank for a short
"Oh, I
while,
I
maybe?
cannot
I
leave
think
the
Cribs
tank.
is
Leave me.
done.
Leave me.
Okay.
He will not harm me. Leave me."
All right, Fritz. See you later, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm out
see
the
ya.
door. Take it
Ronnie's already
easy.
noped out.
I'm out of
And
here. Boom.
okay, I think I made a mistake. Well, in the token layer, oops, can't seem to pick up an object. Let's go to the game master layer. Oh, I know what I did wrong. There we go. Okay. All right. So this goes to the token layer, and this goes to the token layer. So basically, all it means is that Nasserni Polni Chanran has opened up a secret door, and the direction it leads to a kind of, it seems to be a sort of passage between the rooms, and it whoops it I did something wrong here again. Let's see.
Oh.
I know what I did wrong. And it seems to lead to a side passage which leads on the map south, sort of like this. Ah, never mind. It's all a mess.
Whoa.
I'm going to just paint a red line like this. So what you're facing is you have sort of a narrow passage which sort of goes down that way, and your wall is right next to you. Nasarni pulling each other and says, "This way, my friends, follow me quickly. Follow." You kind of pretty much have to follow single file. Use the Alt key to make sure that you land. You don't necessarily have to land on the right square, so use the Alt key to land anywhere. And
Okay, well,
Astria, I'm going to say Astria is coming in, and
yeah,
Zerga
get them all.
Lolani is in as well, very quick. Um, and Ved. Okay, let's say
Oh
Ved
yeah.
and Tomo. Tomo is
Yep.
leading up the rear. Uh, Tomo
Yeah, I'll
makes his
knock all
way.
those. I'll just pull all those things over and then
All right, all
book
right.
it.
Obstacles. And
Knock those.
and if you're organized and if you try to go single file and not step on Zerga Lalani too much, uh, and Nasser is actually not in your way because he can actually go on the sides or on the ceiling of this
Nice.
room. You
Get the
do
hell
make
out of
your
here,
way out
boys.
to an exit, which seems to lead to some other storeroom, which seems to go through another storeroom. And I'm going to say that you all have managed to safely escape. And he says, uh, proceed with the mission. As I said, the storage area in the starport does have the freight that we want. Zorgololani is behind.
LDZ 335, Cappy. LDZ 335.
Yep.
That's right. People
Ronnie's got it.
know it. And Tomo's bringing up the rear. Fine. The police are they are basically blocked by obstacles and things, and they're in an unfamiliar room. Sort of Quor Killini, this guy over here apparently seems to be
Why are they
allied to
here?
these forces somehow. Um,
Somebody's smuggling something, I think.
uh,
Someone
Nasserni
definitely
Poli,
lost.
as I said, we represent a faction of the Sofont League. We are engaged in actions which are not recognized or officially sanctioned by the Sofont League as a whole. There is disagreement among all the different Sofont races, but we want you we want you to continue to deliver the cargo. It has been suitably shielded from inquiry.
Naz,
Zorgololani
what is
says,
this cargo?
Yeah, you don't ask that.
Just
It's
haul it.
better if you don't know.
Better we didn't know.
Plausible
It's freight.
deniability.
It's freight.
and
Yep.
Freight.
Zorgololani
Not liable.
pipes up from the middle of the single file, and he says, "The thing called cargo is not to be questioned."
Yeah.
Yep.
Might be some good stuff in here.
Naz, you should tell me. Otherwise, I might not want to pick it up.
Happy.
I might
You're
open it
Yeah,
up
making
on
come on, man.
accident out of
We're too
curiosity.
far into this to back out now. Let's get her done.
Nasser's okay. If you manage to clear and escape this area, I can take you back to the main map. Trying to. It's the just the general map. Um,
We gotta squeeze them. Squeeze them for intel.
I am good for that.
Oh, you're back, Tony.
Tony, you
Yeah.
woke up.
Yeah, I nodded off.
Ah,
I'm sitting
silly
here.
fellow.
It's hot. Stinking hot.
Cool, here.
okay, so you make your escape through various storerooms and things in the as I said, the smelting complex. Um, the Kagarushum, who's the four-legged one, is limited to the ground. It can't crawl up and down the walls like the Savret can. Um, like I said, the Serni Pony Chanran leads you out to a safe area and says that you can easily disperse and go back to the main starport area if you want. I think you've lost the security forces. They look like average security forces, as I said, average weapons and things. Um, and let me see, just figuring out a thing here. And he says you have your instructions and the cargo. You have tried to arrange the cargo and the paperwork to give you minimum inconvenience.
That's not good enough, Naz. You're gonna tell me what's in there.
Come on, Captain. You don't like ask that question. We just take the cargo and go. Generally, you don't want to know. It's better if you don't know what the cargo is.
And the alien, Kagarushim alien, says the thing called cargo may be refused if we do not reveal the thing called cargo.
Yes. It'll
Well,
be
he's the captain.
Observation. I am inclined to reveal it, but the Savret says, the Nasser, the Savret said, no, we will not tell it. We will not tell the secret.
Can I pull out my Gauss pistol and aim it
Hey,
at
hey,
this
Captain.
Brett?
Ooh,
It's
extreme,
it's
extreme.
it's fewer years in prison if we don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, kept that.
Generally, that ignorance was no excuse, but it does help when it comes to sentencing time. Just gonna say that. Let's take it and go.
Are you actually pulling a gun on the Savret, Nasserni pulling Chalran?
Yep.
I will put a
Okay.
hand on his shoulder and just say, "No, come on."
it feels outnumbered. What are you doing? What is Ronnie doing?
I got a hand on the captain's shoulder, and I'm just trying to calm him down, get him to put the gun away. We're all friends here. There's no need for that kind of stuff.
Servette seems to be flicking its head, or it seems to be in some kind of uh, alien agitation. The
Relax. This is my
Kagarushim,
kind of thing, and yeah, it's okay, Captain.
the Kagarushim is impassive, and he said,
I walk up to the captain, put my hand and push the gun. Look, hey, don't worry, Cap. I'll sort this. And I'll say, look. So
Kagarushim says
it's
something like the thing called
I
weapon
said,
has been drawn, but the quality of called reserve is strong.
oh, he's not happy. But the thing is, if we don't know what it is, we can't make special arrangements to make sure your cargo is delivered. Because if it's hot, we put it in our hold with normal precautions, and we get boarded and inspected. We go to jail if it's something that's illegal.
No, it's just freight. We don't know what it is. We play dumb.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there's no.
Yeah, I'm with Ronnie on that. Let's do the business. It pays good. We'll get it there. We always do.
I
Yes.
can
Guys,
assure you that the
sorry
Severet
guys,
goes. I can.
I'm gonna have
Go
to
ahead.
bail now. So
See ya, Brian.
okay.
someone take
See you later,
control of
Brian.
my character. Yeah, sorry about that. I've got to get ready to go out. So
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Have
stayed
a good
online a
one, bro.
bit longer than I planned to. So
Hey, Brian,
better
where do
start
you
moving.
stand? Do you stand with the captain or with these other guys?
No, I don't think you should. I actually. Yeah, sorry, Captain. I'm
Oh,
with him
man.
on this.
As
Get
I
her done.
was, as
Okay
I'm
then.
saying,
See you, Brian.
Yeah,
See, Brian.
bye.
as I'm saying, the authorities are alerted to smuggling, and if we
Through
are
the
boarded,
authorities.
if you
Yeah,
recall, if we
Make
get
money.
boarded, mm,
It's got a cognito box on it. It's fruits and vegetables for all they care. They ain't
yeah,
gonna
Yeah,
go
it's
through every
time's ticking.
cargo.
You said it
Bury it in the
yourself.
middle. You bury this shit in the middle of our regular cargo. They'll never
yeah,
get all dig through all that shit. We
Yeah,
bury it in the middle of our regular stuff, and we go. Let's get the hell
yeah.
out of here. Let's make the money.
You can
Let's
always
quit.
count on cops to be lazy.
Fret. Don't fret on the little stuff. If we bury this in the middle of all the other cargo, they're going to check the boxes in front. We got 48 tons of what do you call? But whatever we're hauling, our regular freight we're selling. We haul
Nah, it all
that.
got sold.
We bury this in the middle of it. I mean, we actually load the cargo around and over it and on top of it. So it's in the middle and no one can see it or know it's there. There ain't no way they're going to move all that freight to look and see. They're just going to assume it's all whatever the hell we're hauling. I'm with
it is
Ronnie.
unfortunately,
Laws are meant to be broken.
okay. Sorry, guys. As your characters are arguing, the Sevret and the Cerny Polychanran, let me see if he's going to cave in to your demands, because you did wave a gun, but then the others were arguing or discussing that.
well,
Yeah,
essentially, I wanted to say something. Um, yeah, the local cops might not, give a shit, but it's the feds that are looking, and they will go through this like a fine comb. They don't care. They will inspect every item, and
I
if
don't
it's the
think so.
feds, we're screwed. So
I don't.
yeah,
I don't think
it could
so. If
be
we're a
20 to
legitimate
30
trader
years.
with legitimate freight, I don't think they'll go through everything. I think
Yeah, with two criminals on board.
oh, they're not
Ah,
criminals. They're reformed.
they
We got
served
the
their
yeah,
time.
these are reformed good men here. Glowing
yeah.
tattoo and all. These are great
Our
guys.
records are
Diana
clean.
gave me captain of this ship, so I want to know
Hey,
what type of
hey,
trouble I'm getting
hey,
into.
hey, these are model reformed citizens here.
Yeah, and the one I'm pointing the gun at obviously isn't.
The Savret Nasserni Ponichanran says manages to insert in this that he says none of the freight is illegal, at least not on this world. But I am not at liberty to reveal it.
Right.
And the Kagarushim named whatever I had the name for him. No, sorry, the Dorgo Lalani.
Mm-hmm.
The Kagarushim says called cargo is not to be revealed. Highly unwise.
Hey, Ronnie,
Am I
it
at liberty
could be
to
space
open it?
cocaine. Ronnie, it could be space cocaine.
It's
I
not
doubt these.
illegal. He said it's not
Sofont League is
legal.
They do. They
shipping that,
definitely
and he
seem
says legal.
hyper, man. They definitely seem high strung, man. Space cocaine. I
That's
think.
probably their space princess they don't want anyone to know about.
Yeah, something like.
Oh, it could be.
Are speculating, yes, the Sabret says.
Yeah,
Yes, we're
It's a
speculating.
game. Let's do it, dudes.
they're
Don't be
speculating. Ronnie just wants to get on with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm with Ronnie. Let's
Yep.
go do it.
Time is of the essence.
Time
If
is
we
of the
need,
essence.
okay.
For
Cappy, don't be
you, and
such
I
a
wave my gun
self-jerk.
more.
We're gonna
Oh
make
my
money,
goodness.
Cappy.
Oh
Don't
my
you want to
goodness.
make
You're
more
waving
money
the
than
gun
your
at
pilot?
the.
Come on,
Are you?
Captain. Waving a
I'm
gun
waving
around.
it in
That's
the sky.
such an amateur move.
Okay. This is confused. Are you? I just want to make clear here. Are you waving the gun just at the Savret, or are you starting to wave it at the Kagarushim on the ground? He's not very tall.
Who's waving a
Uh,
gun?
I'm
Captain
waving
Captain.
the
apparently
gun.
has the Gauss pistol.
How
Yeah.
are you waving a gun at these guys? They're not our enemy. We're doing business with them.
Yeah,
We're
come on,
about
Cap.
not to do business with them.
You're embarrassing us.
Put your gun down, Cappy. Put it back in your holster. Let's get this shit and get going. I'm
Yeah,
ready
keep
to
it in your
fly.
pants.
Put your gun back away. Relax. Quit scaring these little guys. They ain't hurting nothing. They just like climbing on walls and shit. It's
Okay,
okay.
I think I'm GM rolling here. I think because you are showing indecisiveness, the captain pulled a weapon, which actually now weapons are so commonplace on this planet, it's not funny, but you pulled a weapon with intent and specifically aimed it at the Savret, Cerny
Oh, don't
Ponichanran.
mess with these
Uh,
guys.
are you waving it at Zorgo Lalani, the Kagarushim, as well?
Yeah.
Not yet. He seems
Oh,
more chill. It's Naz I gotta convince.
Well, you don't know if he's chill or not. He doesn't seem to have any way to convey an emotion. Facial expressions is just a flat alien face with a snout. Like I said, again, let me show. Can I flash the picture again? Where was I? Well, actually, it's a
He's a
handout.
big
Any of you can see
feathered
the
guy.
handout?
Yeah.
Just a handout. Uh, Back here, I can show a handout. Show the players again. That's what he looked like again. You can actually press the magnifying glass to get the full size picture. But his face is impassive. His face always is stayed like that, even in the high stress moments. Still looks the same. No change. So you don't know what it's thinking. So Zergo Lalani says uh, thing called cargo might be revealed in the interests of speed,
Yes.
and the Savret Nasser is agitated by that, sort of starts and looks at the Zorgalolani and says, "Surely you don't think we should do that?" And the Agarushim very calmly says again, "Thing called cargo might be revealed in the interest of speed, imperative." And the Everett looks a little
oh.
concerned. He says, "Well, all right then, we will tell humans is in the cargo." Oh, and I forgot about those two human guards. Uh,
I figured they just got scooped up by the cops and said, "We don't know
yeah.
nothing."
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think it could be that after Tomo left, they very stupidly tried to do something with the tank holding the
Prips.
Pripsh fellow, but in the
I
confusion,
definitely
they
couldn't
ended up.
get away with this
Yeah.
if we had
In the
two more
confusion, those
guys
who
back there.
hesitated were lost, so they may have been scooped up. And so Pripsh and these two human flunkies have been scooped up, apparently,
21
as
or
far as you know.
22.
All right, time is of the essence. You should do your best to leave as soon as you are equipped to leave. I will reveal the contents of the freight, and he has some kind of device. Well, he says I think he would know just out of his memory. He doesn't have to consult anything. Um, he says um, we have mainly included in the cargo gold bullion. So this is gold. We have collected it from willing sophonts to collect funds for the benefit of the Sevrets on Flastono. We also have an item of importance to our people, uh, which we let me just see here. Oops, what is it called? Um, he says that it's an object called the crown of blah, 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 blah. And he says something so fast you have to ask him to repeat it again.
Some kind of relic, dude. That's
It's
what he
art.
said. It's an
And he says
alien
it's the
relic,
crown of
and it's
Severnan
gold.
Kiliogu.
All right, let's load this shit now and go. Come on,
Yeah,
big
if they
deal.
weren't lying, it's not illegal. At least, not here.
They also have
Unless they
included a
want the
small
gold,
amount
they're
of
worried
laser
about somebody.
weapons.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, hey, laser weapons.
a lot of laser
Nothing
weapons.
wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a laser weapon here or there. Keep it
I'll
possible.
holster
I got
my
one.
gun and say thanks for the honesty.
Yes, like now, now that it's from a security point of view, now we know that there's gold there and a quantity of it. We can
Let's
actually,
go
Mainly
over there
gold
and get it.
bullion.
Get going.
yeah, but we can provide extra security for it.
No,
'Cause
we'll
if we
pack
get
it in the
attacked,
middle of our shit, of our regular cargo, and just go.
you're forgetting about the pirates in the area at the moment. The pirates,
Don't we got a couple gunners?
We do have a couple of gunners. Ved is a gunner, and Astria trained as a gunner as well, I think.
yeah,
Else
yeah.
is a
Yeah.
gunner.
And I can maneuver evade, and we can figure it out as we go. We can't live in fear, brother.
I'm not.
Virgil, we
not.
can't. We just gotta. This is space. You gotta go. You gotta keep flying. Can't let things slow you down, man. There's a hot
I'm
chick
not.
at the next port. You know.
Pilot philosophy.
Virgil, you've been upgraded to first officer. Brogan, you've been demoted. Let's
I
go.
ain't demoted because you ain't flying without me. Hey, holster your gun, Cappy. We
My gun is holstered. Holster your attitude. Let's go.
Okay, the Savred is very agitated. He says, "There, I have told you the contents of the cargo, but you should make haste before the security net tightens around this. I do not
Yeah.
I do not speak about the efficiency of the forces here,
Let's
but
do
the
it, guys.
security net will be pulling, and we will make our escape and our leave. Come on!" And then he says, "Come on, Zorgololani, come with me." Says, and Zorgololani says, "The thing called Nasserni Polny Chalneran is moving too fast and on walls and on ceilings. Please wait for me."
Let's load and go.
They go. You can make your way back to the starport. You might want to make whoever has recon might benefit by making a recon roll right now to see if there's any
Did you,
security
Yep,
Virgil?
I
forces.
have recon.
Yep.
Okay,
Do I
make
have
a recon
stealth?
roll.
I
Uh,
want. I want to
I think stealth
split
is for
off.
you moving, not necessarily for detecting if anybody else has moved.
Well, yeah, I want to try to go through this stealthily.
I did a recon roll of 10.
There you
Okay,
go.
that's helpful. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Oh,
me.
I guess I could. I mean,
Okay, very good.
oh, wow, that's a terrible roll. I just rolled double ones.
That's okay. I got it. I got my eye out.
Okay,
My
type it out
paranoia
here.
has put me into Uber mode.
Virgil's on it real hard. He's scared. We're good to go, man.
No, I'm not
No,
scared.
His role does not mean we're good to go.
Well,
It
you're
just means he
concerned.
knows about what's going on.
Okay, here's the conclusion.
Conclusion time.
So in going from the smelting complex C back to the starport area, you conclude that you're not seeing any cops, police, Cossacks, Flatfoots, or county Mounties.
Good to know.
All right. No mall cops.
Well, the mall cops are the worst, the most fearsome, but no mall cops either. The worst.
Rent-a-cops.
And for the record, of course, show the home viewers what a mall cop is. PC
Donuts.
file
Yeah, throw him down.
full of donuts.
All we got to do is get donuts. We got the mall cops taken care of now.
Yeah. It's the kryptonite for him.
Yeah.
If Steve can hit the magnifying glass, it'll be full
Glazed
slide.
donuts. Sugar glazed donuts.
What do you want me to fit?
If just click the magnifying glass to give it a full screen effect, I think. Or
Nothing's
actually, it's not
on my
working for
thing
me.
You
apart from
didn't
the
bring
map.
it up. Yeah.
Oh,
Where is it?
show to players Mall Cop 1 on the right map.
It's not there.
You on the main
Okay,
map?
something's odd.
We're back on the star map.
I'm on the star map. You're on the star map. Great. Okay, so I should be able to show you any handout. Go to players.
It's not there.
Okay, well, if not, okay, I'll do it
That's
this way. I'll
okay.
just drag a token and then I'll Control Z the token like that. There we go.
There we
Small
go.
cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Here we
go.
That's a
are.
glazed donut. And a
Just for the
coffee.
record, you don't even see any mall cops either.
No mall
Right.
cops.
And they give themselves away with the smell of sugared treats and coffee. Give themselves away. Okay, so you do make your way back to the starport to your assigned to your assigned launch bay or ship bay. You have
Well,
the coordinates of the freight depot and a cargo storage area in a particular area to access. So it's sort of like whatever those storage units you pay for, you rent storage units. A little more sophisticated. You have to. You're still in the starport area. Um, you want to make haste and carry the cargo. I guess you'll have sort of like you can have sort of like floating air raft type pallets to move cargo, but you'd have to think if you're the ones hauling the cargo, you can either haul the cargo yourselves, you can get some workers to haul them to you to get to your ship. If you have the right codes and can access it, you can just tell them to
I would go with
haul the cargo your
I would
fee.
go with Sis back to the ship also. I want to get things ready to take off. So as soon as we load this cargo, we're hitting it. We're not gonna putz. We got to get out of here right away. Time is of
Okay.
the
Yeah.
essence.
Ronnie, we'll
Let's
head back
not
to.
be hasty.
We're gonna
Okay,
get the
'cause-
You
ship
just
ready,
gotta act
Cappy.
like we're calm and normal, and
Well, I'm still going back.
get some 12 tons of freight to fill our cargo bay,
But we're gonna be
and then
ready
we'll
to
get
go.
out of here.
Just in case we're ready. We're hitting it. We're not gonna mess around.
how far away is this
Directing the map.
location from the ship?
Well, it's along the concourse. It might be a distance of 200 or 300 meters. You have very large air raft pallets. A single man can control a very huge pallet and maneuver a lot of uh, things. But I think you might need 5 or 6 of you to handle all the pallets to move 6 tons. 6 tons, as you know, is a huge volume. Each ton of volume being 13.5 cubic meters. So that's like 80 cubic meters of stuff held onto big pallets in this. This is a working area of the concourse, the starport, so it won't be noticed if there's big pallets going through. But you have to try to do this as quickly as possible. It might take you 30 minutes. You might have to make more than one trip if there's less than 6 of you. maybe the cargo containers actually have their own their own built-in levitation ability if it were a high-tech world. But I'm not so sure about that. This place is only tech level 9, as I said. When anti-gravity comes in on personal air raft devices.
Any
Anyway,
security cameras around the place?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Any security cameras around the place?
Oh, sure, there's plenty of security cameras, but they can't see inside the cargo
No,
containers.
I'm going. What I want to do is find somewhere where I can kind of slice into the security system and actually make a loop so it hides us moving the cargo.
Okay, so you're trying to hack the Starport's own camera system.
Correct.
Okay, that's going to be a difficult role at least. If you really want to chance it, and where are you computing from? Are you computing from inside the ship going into the internet? Like your docking fees include internet, but are you using that, or are you breaking into an office and using a computer somewhere else? What are you doing?
You don't want to roll bad on this. Think about what you're doing. I don't
Yeah, I
think it's
know.
necessary, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rethink my idea. Just give me a few minutes.
What's
And
this
the key
doing? This, what are
key
you
thing
doing,
might be
brother?
where you're computing from. Any answers? Any thoughts?
Yeah, hang on. Just trying to
Yeah,
think
I don't
about
know.
it. Trying to think about it. So, a difficult would be
And
a 10. Yes.
And 10 or more is what you would need.
not
And you
standard
have,
difficult would be a 8.
and if you have, uh,
I get +2 to my roll.
let me see, electronics computers, you have a total of +2. So level 1 plus 1 education bonus makes 2. It's a 2d6 plus 2 roll. But 2d6 plus 2 to get 10 is the same thing as 2d6 to get 8. The chance is about 41%. That's all.
If I were to take my time at it, would that increase my chances of success?
Yes, if you're very slow at doing it, you basically go into the next time category. So a task only takes a certain amount of time, but if you slow down deliberately and you're more careful and considerate, then you get a +2 to the roll.
Is that on
And
top of my +2 already?
on top of your +2 already, but you're trying to get a 10, so it's 2d6 plus 4 in total. And I do have a handout about Mongoose second rolls and the dice roll odds. Odds go up to 72%. But if you fail, then there's some sort of unknown effect. Either you're locked out of the system and the system tries to search for where you were calling from. If they get a very good roll, they'll trace you and track you more easily, and then you get some security in your tail who then realize, oh, these are the same guys as the guys who created the disturbance over in smelting complex C. What's going
Okay,
on?
I asked the captain. I'd say to the captain, I can potentially do it, but it will take me a bit of time. If you don't want to, if you want to mask our movement of the cargo,
Time
your
is what you
decision.
don't have. If they caught you on camera, if they identified you as you were fleeing, well, they did catch the two human mooks, and they did catch the thing in the tank, the Pripsh. But you may not have time. You may not have the time to do a
Yeah,
real
I'm
good
more worried
hacking
about the
job.
time. I'm like, I don't know if we have the time to do all this hacking, even with the
How long will it take
+1.
me, Pierre?
I think a good job to set up might take about an hour, but let me check the book to see if it gives us clear suggestion for computers and hacking. Traveler is not strong on hacking rules. If we were playing Cyberpunk, there'd be rules. Let me see what it says for electronics computers. Computers. Hacking into a secure computer network can be, well, they actually put down formidable as the thing, which is 14 plus. If things are more lax in the starport, I might give you 12 or more. It says the check is 1D times 10 hours, so it sounds like a longish research project. Hacking is aided by intrusion programs and made more difficult by security programs. Failure means the targeted system may be able to trace the hacking attempt.
Okay.
And they're giving a difficulty higher than what I'm giving you. So it seems to be on a fairly long time scale of planning. So you may not have even, if you roll one on a
Okay.
1D and have 10
Yeah,
hours, you may not even have 10
they're all
hours.
worried about sensitive
It's
time
not worth.
schedule. So
It's not worth the risk. Okay, we'll just have to
The
try and do it.
aliens asked you to hurry.
mhm.
Yeah, that's what concerns me. But
Okay, but if you act normal, like you are expected to carry this cargo and it's your cargo, and if you act normal, you can ferry it over across the concourse. Well, I say concourse, it's not a shopping mall, it's a working person's area. Oh, they haul the cargo where it needs to be, loading it in and out of ships, storing it in and out of storage areas. So if you get to the area called Freight Depot D, Cargo Storage Area 317, and so you see, uh, cargo storage containers. They look like they have big, huge airlocks, which are sliding airlock doors. Uh, Sequentially numbered. So in the 300s, you go from 300, 301 up to 317. Um, so you can find the place. Um, Do you go there with air raft pallets to load up on the cargo?
Yeah, and can we just while we're doing that, I find another lot of cargo, and so we kind of mix them together of
Want
like
to
just
buy?
freight.
Well, you have already arranged for what do you have? Da, 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 da.
Yeah, the 12
Can
tons.
get 12 tons of freight. So
Yeah.
contract to get the 12 tons of freight and move that. Okay, so moving the 12 tons of freight from a convenient freight area, which is closer than the storage area, and moving the 6 tons from the storage area might take you a total of about an hour and a half. Sissery, if he has a piloting skill, can warm up the ship,
Yep.
get it ready for takeoff, which is not an instant
I'm
process.
back with them
Yep.
doing
Well,
that too.
I got
Okay.
powertrain anyway, so that's fine. And
Okay. So yeah, the
sensors.
pilot belongs with the ship. Sissery can be of help with that as well. You have a spacecraft skill through your
Mhm.
wafer.
I
Mhm.
jokingly say over the cob to Sis, Sis, we could get this loaded. Well, the cap's got his head turned. We could just leave him in the dust.
I will just
Cappy,
stand there and
move!
smile,
He
did
knows
he
I'm not
actually say
serious.
that?
I'm joking, but I say it jokingly to Sis
and
only.
I'll smile even broader.
Okay, this leads me to think that um, if you're going to be that way, all the others except Sissery and Brogan should they should get familiar with this page. I'm gonna have to maybe screenshot it.
It was a
The
joke.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just taking a quick screenshot here. Yeah. Two. That
Well,
would be a cute turn. It would be just as bad as what happened in that last campaign. Let me just indulge me to do a little screenshot here.
mhm.
Put it on the. Well, I won't show it in Discord. I'll show it on the Roll 20.
Well, not
Let's
very
see.
helpful in getting the ship ready anyway. Didn't roll very well there, Rogan. It's up to you.
What do I got to do? You want me to do it?
I don't know. It
What
just
do we got to do? I got some skills. Let me see what I got. What do we need? I have
There we are. Okay,
basic
now
in here. Hey, I rolled a 12. I'm not even the main engineer.
Nice.
Damn. Hey, now what is this?
you're rolling for? Sorry.
I
Well,
go
I
to
just
sis. You've
rolled.
been sitting your carpet too long, buddy.
Mm-hmm. I just rolled what you
You
said to
just
roll.
gotta tighten it up right here and there. Just turn the wrench over here, that pipe wrench. Pop, pop, pop. We're
Okay,
good.
here's a new screenshot to show, and I'm showing it in roll 20. So if Sissery and Brogan take off, every other character should
Oh
get familiar with
no.
this page.
Yeah,
Oh, I
nah.
know it will.
That'll be your new career.
No, no,
We're
no.
not gonna leave the
We wouldn't
crew. I
do
was
that.
joking. It was a joke. It was a sarcastic joke.
Have we been
Going to leave
captured?
our crew.
No, you haven't.
Where's the picture? I don't even
You,
see what's
it's
it on
on
the
the
thing.
roll 20 map. Do you
Currently,
see?
Ryan, you're helping the others load the cargo onto some pallets or something to get over to the ship. We've gone
Prisoner.
over to warm her
Oh,
up.
prisoner. We don't want to be
Yeah.
prisoners today. No,
Oh,
no,
you
no.
won't be. Brogan and Sissery, if they leave with the ship, they won't be
No,
prisoners, but the others will have to
I
learn their
wouldn't
new career,
even think
do
about
the ins
Oh,
and
that.
they'll
outs,
be
make some rolls.
prisoners. They'll all be
They'll be
going to
prisoners.
jail if they
Yeah.
don't get aboard the ship till
You
we
know
do.
who I'm
Yeah,
going after once
Could
I get
be.
out of jail?
you're
That'll
think
be
you're
years. By that time,
supposing
but if Tomo's
about
on board,
nothing.
but we'll have a whole chef show back on what do you call? We'll
Uh,
be
Stay tuned
retired.
for Traveler Quentin Tarantino style.
Yeah.
Long-term revenge. Well, revenge is best served cold and takes 4 years.
We're not leaving without the crew. We don't
Yeah.
do that.
Revenge is best served when the ship takes off and both Brogan and Sissery are in the airlock and the doors open a little bit.
oh, really?
And
Oh
you
No,
need
you
yeah.
ain't going nowhere without us. You got the engineer and
lawyer
the
better
pilot.
than Ronnie's lawyer.
No,
Yep.
Ronnie won't
Yeah.
have that either. We got business dealings to do.
Okay, no, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, we're loading the ship, are we?
You're
Yep.
loading the ship efficiently. Take an hour or so. It's huge volumes of cargo, but used to manipulating it's by hand. You're used to manipulating the cargo size, all in different things. Now it's pretty damn heavy stuff too. So it sort of feels like gold bullion, and some things are lighter, and they could be the metal. You don't know which case has the
Oh,
so-called thing, the crown of whatever. Um, but you do manage to load up all the stuff. Um, the uh, the apparatoi can assist you with the 12 tons of freight. Very simple and routine. Um, and if you're carrying freight, well, this freight is going only to the next star because you declared that you're going to Penglaro. Okay, and
Yep.
hopefully, if the cops didn't identify you, they aren't going to connect you to you and your ship and know that you're the Steppenwolf. So if you want to take off, you can do that now.
let's do
And
that.
the standard roles,
Absolutely.
piloting,
Pilot roll or what?
astrogation.
Yep.
First, the
Turtles,
pilot roll, of
Bull, let's
course.
get out of here.
I agree,
All,
Cap. Let's do it.
Now, slow,
Okay.
all our popsicles frozen.
nonchalantly.
What do we need? An astrogation, you said?
We got
You're
7 popsicles, I think.
Let me see. I wonder if the passengers take time to load and might slow you down and might
Astrogation is
inconvenience you.
9.
That's
Nah, they
possible.
won't.
Let me see. No,
They
they're
should have
fairly
already been loaded. We got them a while ago.
okay, but you haven't been here all that long.
Where's
Booked
my piloting
people.
skill? Wait a minute.
Well, we were away from the group for at least an hour. You said it'd take about an hour for them to load it all.
Okay. So let's say that you have those high passage passengers and you have your 7 low passage people set
Yep.
up. I think Astria cannot be with you to load if she has to handle the
That's what
low
there
passage
was. Yep.
stuff.
There was still 6 people because they had
7.
Raymond Raymond Ved. They had Ved with them, and they had Tomo, and he's
Okay.
worth 2 or 3 of any one of us.
Hmm.
Strength
Okay.
paper
Well,
wise.
Tomo might count as more than a person. Yeah,
Yeah.
more than one. Um, Great. Okay, so you do manage to load. You actually have managed to load all your passengers. So if everything is loaded, um,
I can't find my piloting skill on my tab. That's weird. Should be there. I got
what?
It might be
Yeah,
a breakdown of different pilot skills. because you got
Oh, there's
small
only
craft
there's
and
no pilot does not open. That's right. Pilot goes into different specialties. It's under maybe you accidentally cut off pilot. No, pilot is there. It's highlighted, which means it
Oh,
should be
okay,
in your
okay,
list.
okay, okay.
Then
I
you click the spacecraft piloting skills. You click the button with the three dots,
yeah, I
three,
see it
three
now.
stars.
Spacecraft.
There it
I
is.
rolled a
Okay.
7 on this one. I'm a hair under,
Ugh,
but this is a standard test,
No,
though.
that's
Okay.
bit rough.
I'm going to say basically in the confusion, you kind of swerved over some other around or over around some other incoming space, and it might cause words, but you do manage to go out to 100 diameters, which is easy on a size 2 world. It's easy and fairly short. And if you remember, I had a formula for
Oh, that world
calculating
was
it.
only a size 2.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was teeny.
Oh, that was light, man. We had a little bounce in our step.
Yeah.
Size 2 worlds are 2,000 miles
Diameter.
diameter. Okay, that's
That's a
smallish.
quarter of the size of Earth, man. That's like the moon.
Yeah, and
It's a
the
little bigger than the
utility,
moon.
the utility, which I call "How long will it take," can tell you what that'll make. 2,000 miles is
At
there it
2G.
is. It's well, it's in metric, it's 3,200 kilometers. So therefore, 100 times that is 320,000 kilometers only. That seems a bit short.
about
It's only a
halving the
small
distance to the
planet.
moon. So it's about 1.5 times the moon,
Mm.
give or take.
Let me
Yep.
see.
That's about 1990,
Well, the
isn't
utility
it?
should give me the answer. Giving me an answer though. Let's see.
2 hours and 13 minutes.
Cool.
2 hours and 13 minutes to 100 diameter point.
Boom.
It's giving me a no error or something for some reason. Oh, why is it doing
2
that?
hours and 13 minutes. I'm looking at the table.
We never get there because we get blown out of space.
Oh, I know why. I don't know what I know my mistake because I put in a comma in the distance. I'm getting 8,000 seconds, 2.22 hours. That's it. Okay, so it
2
takes you
hours, 13
2.2
minutes.
hours. Okay, and I don't think there's any effect. I don't think you've been detected. So if you can make the astrogation and engineering roll, did somebody already roll astrogation?
I already rolled an astrogation
Engineer?
of 9.
Okay.
I
I think
assisted with the
Veds are
original engineering, but
engineer.
Sis has got to do another engineering roll
No,
now.
it's Ved.
The engineering roll is actually Ved's roll. And is
Oh,
anybody
Ved.
controlling Ved's sheet at the moment?
Who has
Nope.
Fed sheet?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got
Cool.
it.
Okay. Make
So what
the
did you want? An
actual engineering.
engineering J drive?
Oh, no, it's J drive for the jump.
J drive would be for the jump, yeah.
Nice and
Okay,
high.
beautiful.
What
It's
did he
come up
roll?
with nothing.
Oh god, we're
He
dead.
didn't
What's
roll
happening here?
anything.
I think I was interfering. Try it again.
Oh, weird.
I was on the sheet at the
Yeah.
same time.
Nope, we're
No,
No,
dead.
still,
Still?
Oh,
still nothing.
Why is it doing that? Let me check Ved's
oh
sheet.
no, hang on. I'll shut the sheet down and reopen it. Probably work now.
Doing another try.
Things odd. You may
No,
not have full control.
I can't even see
Oh,
anything.
What's
yeah,
the
let me see
modifier?
why.
Roll
Because
3D
you.
plus the mod.
Oh well, I can run it. Look, I'll roll. I'll roll it.
Oh,
I'll
I
roll it
don't think you
on.
have control of Ved's sheet anymore for some reason.
Oh, okay.
What's his
We just
modifiers?
we just press his button instead. So I'll do it.
Yep.
It's wrong. Sorry for all this. Let me just
Ah,
push the
that's no big
button.
deal. Just kick. There you go. That's a good roll.
There. Okay, that's
Nice.
Boom,
perfect.
we're out
Okay,
of here. Fire
you
the
managed
jump
to jump
drives.
going, and we're talking about going to Penglaro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with your passengers, with your cargo and freight, with the special cargo. Um, so that seems fairly good this time. You fairly quickly. Um,
Hey
and
Ronnie, I say, hey Ronnie, I bet you there's some space cocaine underneath the gold.
yeah. Tempted to check actually, but I think I'll leave it be. Gold
okay,
is heavy. Don't
is
want to
there any
strain the
other
thing.
is there any other business that any characters want to do? Do you actually want to route through the cargo?
Not
No,
me.
Nah.
No.
No,
no, we're
can you
not
tell
gonna
me,
mess
send
with
us
it.
away?
We're
What was the secret in the cargo?
There's gold. There's some kind of alien relic.
Titan
And
is
some
And
unmatched.
laser weapons.
And some
Interstellar
Would be,
resistance.
Not
Yeah,
really.
I put it
basically.
in the public
In the
notepad
roll
one.
20 chat. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
the laser weapons would be the most questionable part.
Captain and Virgil pushed to find out what the cargo was, and they finally told us.
Well, everybody was talking at once. I just want to clarify that I'm going to say laser and military grade weapons as well, which is
Yeehaw.
still
Yeah,
legal. Well, is it getting perhaps a bit illegal at law level 1? We're talking about
No, as
Rimbicure
long as there's no explosives
level
of
1.
not
Well,
here,
that's
but
in my plan
weapons of
too.
mass
We loaded
destruction.
on the
all that.
destination.
Okay, so laser and military weapons are still officially legal here. Old bullion, that's the main part of the cargo, and it was heavy if you had to lift it all by hand or use air raft type sleds, and
Yeah,
something called the Crown of Severna Kilyogu.
Old
Nice.
Yeah, we
Savernic
gotta look that one
Okliagu.
up.
Whatever Severna and Kilyogu, whatever that is. That's what he said. It was
It
pretty.
sounds like
Everybody's
it
talking at
sounds.
once. It was pretty
Yeah.
confused, but that is the contents of the cargo.
I mean, Flastrono's only law level 3.
You may not be in any real trouble unless there's some political issues or something. They mentioned that they were a faction.
And where's this cargo going to?
Floston.
Ostono.
Flostono.
Okay.
That's where we're going now, right?
Any other business
Yep.
or thoughts from the players? If not, I guess we can stop the
Right.
recording.
This is a good place to call
Yeah,
that.
I think this is good.
yeah.
Okay, very good. Well done.